If you are late, good. We cut the fluff. Sit down, shut up, and ride the highlights with us.
Colorectal cancer is affecting young men more than ever.
It's because I crushed the cannabis.
Keith came out swinging like a dispensary sponsor. Sir, this is a morning show, not a hot box.
I love the cannabis. I'm a big fan of the cannabis. All you guys think it's bad, you're all wrong.
Hey, a Stanford study suggesting you can regrow knee cartilage.
If science fixes knees, I am suing every stair and pickup game since 2003.
And I found another study, I don't have it on the table today.
He said, trust me, it is on a tab somewhere. That is how my taxes get done too.
You can regrow ear cartilage. Hey, we're just regrowing ourselves.
Regrowing ourselves? I am requesting a new back and a refund.
Hey, the Snoop Dogg effect in hour 2, why 50 is the new 30.
50 is the new 30? Somebody tell my joints they missed the memo.
Yes, the Olympics are on right now. Big Team Canada game today, Roofie, and Big Team USA game today. Nope, we are not here to meet the bar. We are here to set it.
That is the energy. My mug just sat up straight like it heard a coach yell.
We're gonna talk about authenticity.
Stop performing for strangers. Be the same guy when nobody is watching, especially when you are tired.
Key word about not performing for approval, but operating at a standard that makes every moment count. Yeah, well, especially as for our conversation yesterday. Hey, I don't expect you to see the shit they make for me. They have me carrying a ladder. So when I get into the big trucks, I got a ladder with me. So, hey, I don't know if I'd prefer jumping out or getting a ladder, but we're having some fun with it, that's for sure.
Nothing humbles you like carrying a ladder for your ladder. Adult life is just upgrades and bruises.
He protected like presidents and important people for a long time, and doing some really important shit.
When a man says he guarded presidents, I believe every quiet pause. That is PTSD in a polo.
You have to literally, it's like sometimes they call it doing the job. You gotta do the job. Means you gotta let some fucking, they're setting something up. You gotta let some fucking pathetic bastard beat you. But the point is, nobody remembers the 5 I lost. They just remember the 2 matches that were like, fuck, can you believe this shit?
Yep, nobody claps for the grind. They clap for the clip, then ask how you did it.
Those that are good at it win, really, basically rise, right? Those that are good at it rise.
Everybody wants to rise. Nobody wants the boring Tuesday reps that make the rise real.
And that's like real life, dude. It's like real life.
He would fucking waste millions of dollars just to fucking prove he was right. I don't give a shit what we're talking about. Some sort of a filter to keep the fucking weirdos from sending in dick pics and shit like that. What stupid shit you're putting down your throat, which now your colon's got to deal with.
All right, we get some other stuff on the table here this morning. The cannabis use linking to younger looking brain patterns.
This is the part where your buddy says, see, it is medicine, then eats nachos at midnight.
Johnny, it's why I'm so fucking smart, man. Sterling and Preston, let's set it up.
My fucking brain goes in overdrive. Just not an overdrive in my productive, normal manner. So it's like, holy Christ, so clearly the brain is stimulated.
John has that look. He is about to turn a sentence into a TED Talk with swear words.
So take a word and go back in as deep as you can
go. Yes.
Like a lot of shit. Like one of the things that blew me away was diet.
Diet always shows up like a credit card bill. You know what happened, but you still act surprised.
If you follow that one back, it's Latin. It has nothing to do with what you eat. It's how you choose to live your life.
What I did find, lost my train of thought. Too much cannabis smoking.
His brain just hit buffering. That is relatable. I forget why I walked into rooms daily.
Man, the way they were teaching, the way they wanted me to learn just was not fucking computed with my brain.
Hold the horses. Deccan Danny Dunbar, Johnny, 40 days sober today. Deccan Danny Dunbar, 40 days sober.
40 days sober is savage. That is the kind of win you do not post, you just earn.
Sometimes it's not even one day at a time. It's like, I guess I can make it to the next minute.
That is real. Some days you do not need a plan. You need a good decision right now.
So growing up watching Cindy Crawford, I don't know how you could not want that.
By the time she got her hands on that can of Pepsi, you had a full-blown boner. Clueless is why. Every fucking high-level athlete is looking for a fucking edge. But the thing back in the Cindy Crawford days, food wasn't so fucked up, so we weren't as grossly fat and unhealthy as we are now.
Old food was ingredients. New food is a chemistry set with a mascot and a loyalty program.
Oh my God, I am so glad there's somebody that's getting in front of a microphone and talking about real food instead of fucking box food. And again, who cares who he is? Who cares what his name is? There's somebody saying, go eat a fucking potato and a piece of meat instead of buying a box of food.
If your food needs a commercial to explain it, do not eat it. Potato, meat, done.
I'll tell you this, the human body wasn't fucking made to have all this fucking weirdo shit put in there. How many fucking vaccines these son of a bitches get? The body will fucking heal itself if you give it a fucking chance. Don't try to fix a fucking problem that doesn't exist.
He's like, at the end of the day, you're probably not going to die. Your body's going to go to sleep, going to wake up. Yeah. Because you've always said your body is such a machine. Like, you've got to do a lot to fucking kill it. Honestly, science is like a sport, Johnny. It's competitive.
Every scientist is chasing a podium. They just call it peer review instead of playoffs.
It's almost a guarantee you're going to have the average American disease.
It's one thing to have misinformation on political stuff, but it's a really bad thing to have misinformation around health stuff.
Bad health advice is like a bad mechanic. You do not notice until everything smokes and you are broke.
You have to zero it in. Like when we talk about finding the latest information, it's like, hey, give us the latest, in the last 18 months.
So not to be nerdy, I found some data yesterday from Databricks. They're a company that manages and looks at data for applications that are built on the internet. 2 years ago, as little as 2 years ago, 87% of all applications on the internet were built by humans. Now, 97% built by AI agents.
So AI builds the apps, but I still cannot cancel subscriptions without a scavenger hunt. Cool.
I go, well, first of all, it's R-rated. So just so you know that we might be talking about AI gangbangs. He's like, oh, his eyebrows are looking at me like, and he's like, is that the real humans talking or the AI talking?
I mean, I would have to say in the last, if we go back 12 months or whatever, AI has hit the fucking streets.
AI is outside and your boss is grinning like he found free labor. That is the whole vibe.
Well, I think that one of the biggest problems we're going to have is that there's going to be a massive part of our population of human beings that have fucking completely lost. Also, it's a fucking, the truck doesn't need them to drive it in.
That sentence is every guy's nightmare. Learn new skills or watch the paycheck drive away.
Science that is actually bullshit is most often referred to as pseudoscience, but confused with real science. God created the Garden of Eden, not the Garden of Pharmacy.
He just dragged the supplement aisle. Eat real, sleep, move, then talk pills and powders.
Well, think of it from a different perspective. Think about, the body is in need of certain nutrients, micronutrients, hydration. It was designed to be treated a certain way so it could regenerate. There's so much shit out there it's fucking retarded. I mean, it's like I've been dealing with this for fucking ever.
The blue check mark might be the biggest fucking monetary scam on all the platforms.
Paying for trust is like buying a halo at Walmart. That is nasty work.
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life fucking trying to chase these fuckers down. I told the team too, I said, ignore it. That's what I think these fucking imposters do. They're smart enough to spell my name properly.
Bingo.
It's people.
One profile pic, one typo-free name, and boom, your uncle sends money. Humans love shortcuts.
Oh, well, it's got to be him. It's his picture.
I go, no. He's like, really? And he goes, and you and John talk to them? I go, yeah. He's like in real time? I go, yeah. And John, to watch this fellow's eyes and the brain, because he's been from the entertainment industry for the last 20 years.
Totally. It's because when you get good enough at something, it's normal to you, but it's like it's tip of their comprehension because it's
yes. So last weekend, a dude invited a bunch of friends over to watch the Super Bowl. And instead of putting the real one on, he put the game on from 2014 with the Patriots and Seahawks. Nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed because half the room is doom scrolling. You can swap reality and they would still nod.
Except you're like, wait a minute, why is number 12 throwing the football when he's actually in the broadcast booth right now?
Bless the guy who notices the glitch. Every friend group needs a paranoid detective.
Can you imagine some poor bastard, like goes to like a friend of a friend's house and gets smoked on some fucking scam like that. Because it's crazy what people do for a few bucks.
For 20 bucks, people will sell your data and act shocked. Guard your accounts like cash.
So working on that thing, which is kind of fun, like an alarm clock with no snooze button.
No snooze button. Keith chose violence before sunrise.
Because the snooze button's wrecking society.
Keith declared war on your pillow. Choose your side.
Well, Roman concrete's immortal secret has been finally solved after 2,000 years.
Roman concrete lasted 2,000 years. My motivation lasts 2 notifications.
We know this, but at the same time, we choose not to pursue the development. I just have to think that those fuckers were made not by a bunch of fucking Egyptians fucking with ropes and fucking, you know, whatever other leverage tools they were working with. There's no fucking way. This is a train of thought that you must adapt. Who convinced you that later is better than now?
Later is the lie your calendar tells you. Then you wake up 5 years older with the same problems.
Why did you start to believe that tomorrow is more beneficial than today? If you're waiting till later or waiting till tomorrow, you're putting off the very thing that you need to progress. So ask yourself a question. Do you do shit right now? Or do you wait until later or tomorrow?
Do it now, or tomorrow turns into never. Text the coach, lift the weight, pay the bill.
This is your live morning show for humans who want to start their day with momentum and positive energy.
Strap in, Frankie is about to start yelling, and I am here for it.
Coming up, deep dive, the Snoop Dogg effect. Why 50 is the new 30. We're going to break down why one midlife man walks into the Olympics and bedroom magnetic. It's being the guy who shows up with clean energy when you wake up in the morning, making good decisions the night before.
Tonight, you is either a hero or a gremlin. Put the phone down and stop feeding the gremlin.
If a person wants to stay young, live a young lifestyle.
Young lifestyle means you move like you still have a future. Sit still and your body invoices you.
Like basically, if I stop moving, I'm going to break down. So I'm just going to keep moving.
Almost like I'm building myself back up because my body was adapting to less activity. And we're talking about a few months. You turn into a few years, you got a big fucking problem on your hands.
Snoop's Milan blueprint is simple. Be present.
Snoop staying relevant at 50 is not magic. He shows up like it matters every time.
And what I love about Snoop is his authenticity, right?
Everybody has the choice to how you live your life, what you do, what you say is either going to keep you where you are or it's going to take you somewhere new. It's like fucking Madonna. She was able to stay out in the front. It's very easy to be authentic because you're doing what, you know, gets you out of bed in the morning and makes you sing and makes you whatever. When you're following a blueprint, now you become one of the fucking walking zombies and they're all over the place.
If you're looking to, reach some goals, kill some addictions, it starts with getting up, not hitting the snooze button, and joining us live on the show.
You have to bend it to where it's like, I think it was 6 inches between the ends. So you can do it with your neck, your head, but you can't, it has to be above your neck. And you could see he was doing it and he just lets out this shriek and almost like an animal runs off like for cover, they're looking at what hurts people and what the crowd receives the best. And for whatever reason, that didn't stay long. I got this fucking rock hard boner in my pants, and I don't know how to turn that into a fucking movie and a dinner, Whether it be their function, like they can't get boners, they can't get erections anymore, or they just don't have the urges to do it because it's like that system is just fucking turned off, really fucking tired and really fucking stressed out. Are you thinking about having sex?
No.
Exactly.
No. I can only imagine some clients you've had, true story, which have been that gentleman who's gone through some work with you, who would text you or call you the next day and said, I had a wonderful sexual experience with my wife.
I said, hey, how things going in the bedroom? And he's like, He goes, well, my wife is happy and I almost humped a hole in our granite countertops. I'm like, okay, we're back.
It's fascinating what you say because we as humans, we judge two people immediately. We judge cops and we judge doctors. Like, why is that guy, why is that's a fat cop out of shape protecting me? I don't like that. And then you can see a doctor is like, that's a fat doctor out of shape. I don't want him helping me. And I'm not trying to paint a picture, but it's to your point that we have perceptions of what somebody should be or somebody should look like.
There's multiple systems to get that shit to work again.
Yes.
You can take, Tadalafil, Cialis, or Viagra and have all of the blood flow, those vessels are ready. But if the arousal in the brain doesn't trigger it to happen and send blood, well, what the fuck's the difference?
Dude, I got myself a morning wood today. I'm serious, the confidence spike. It's like I can be a young man again in many ways, right? I got a guy that handles it for me. Oh, who's your guy? Oh, he's the GOAT. Oh,
Tom Brady.
When I see these things, like, oh my God, there's the Trash 80. I bet you Petro might have had one of those things, but yeah, and it was part of the radio show. That's a street legal tank.
Yeah. You can drive him on one like his boy.
As we get older, we learn how it works, and it's gonna be a moment of love, I'm sure. The guy drives a fucking tank. I'm surprised that Holroyd didn't drop that out there, because it seems like Holroyd knows everything about Eddie Hall, which I find quite humorous. It costs you nothing, guys, other than taking the first step towards greatness. Getting up, not hitting pause, and just coming to say hello. And we got your back. I say it to my team all the time, you never know who's watching. Not the day you think it matters, and not the moment you plan for, and not the big stage you fantasize about. I am fucking obsessed with this craft. Not good enough, not pretty good, not meet the bar. No. We set the bar. I refuse to live in a world where kinda great is good enough. Guys, I'm not building a hobby. Fuck that. I'm building a standard. And that standard is simple. When you hit play on anything we do, you feel it. You feel the intention, you feel the reps, you feel the respect for the audience. You can't manufacture soul.
You can fake stats, not vibe. People feel when you do not mean it, even through a screen.
You can't fake conviction, and you can't fake presence, because you know what? People can smell it. Live exposes your truth, your timing, your courage, your ability to listen, your ability to think, and your ability to be motherfucking in it. And if you're authentic, and if you're present, and if you're actually about what you say you're about, well, guess what, guys? L-I-V-E, live. It turns that into a superpower. Someone out there right now watching us. And I'll be frank, I'm not going to waste their attention with anything that isn't real.
That is the last punch. If you like the chaos, keep it here. Full show is warming up right now.
Your 20s gave you warnings. Your 30s gave you grace. Your 40s send invoices.
Slower metabolism, shorter fuse, random anxiety at 2 a.m. That's not decline.
That's unpaid discipline.
We're building a version of you that holds under pressure. Calm, reliable, lethal in execution. Let's go.
Good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Accountability partner here to help you start your day with real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation. We are live and we are an R-rated experience.
The best part was when I got out of the car, it was completely filled.
Everybody's trying to win, nobody's trying to solve.
Live beats perfect every time.
Reset is a decision, not a calendar date.
Listening is how you find the real problem underneath the surface. Boom. Hey, you're not tired because you're weak. No, you're not behind because you're broken. You're in a new season and nobody handed you the updated manual. Hey, today coming up in the deep dive second hour, we're going to break down what actually changes in your 40s. Yes, baby, and why you used to work suddenly doesn't, and how to build a morning routine that makes you strong at home, sharp at work, and present with the people that matter. But first, good morning and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show for men who want real talk, motivating content, and entertaining conversation, and then helps them start their day right. Yes, if you're new here or have you been lurking in the background, I see you out there lurking. I got an invitation for you. Like the show, subscribe to, come say hi in the comments. And if you're in that 40-year-old spot in life, I encourage you and I invite you to come drop a comment that says, "Fuck yeah." There you go. Hey, guys, have you guys checked out mitl.show, mitl.live, morningsinthelab.live? We got the daily poll. We got the daily question. Yes, and listen, there's no poll jokes today. No, I got rattled yesterday with my poll joke. Yes, hey, daily poll. Valentine's not coming. What matters more in your relationship right now? Quality time with no phone, honest conversation, even if it's awkward, or acts of service that actually helps? There's the daily poll. We got it up on the app, morningsinthelab.live. I invite you to go check into the app. It doesn't cost you anything. Come get up, say hello. Don't hit that snooze button. Come drop the poll. And hey, we got the daily question. Kai's on the ball here today, guys. We got the daily question as well. And the daily question looks like this. What is one specific thing you're going to do on Valentine's Day to make your partner feel chosen? So what is it? What's the one specific thing? Come let us know. Come drop it off in the app there. Morningsinthelab.live. Morningsinthelab.live. You can get there at mitl.live or mitl.show. And hey guys, this is an R-rated experience. If the kids are around, I invite you to put the headphones on or invite them to expand the vocabulary this morning with us. And hey, let's talk about that snooze button. You know that snooze button on your phone or that snooze button on your alarm clock? If you have been hitting it since January 1st, how many minutes behind you guys? I'll tell you right now, we should probably put a clock on the app. You're almost 400 minutes behind, 396 minutes behind every human who chooses to get up before you did. Yeah, 396. Look at that, 396 on the table. Just imagine there, Jimmy. You're laying there on. So, Jimmy, there's you got a feature there, Jim. Look at that. Could you imagine laying there on your bed, looking at the table next to you, and it's telling you that you're 396 minutes behind the guy who's getting up? That is motivation. That might even be the next feature in the alarm clock app we're building, to tell somebody how many minutes they are behind the guy who's up right now. So, guys, hey, listen. If you want to change your life, it actually starts with one thing: hitting the button, not the snooze button. Hitting the I am up. True story. Hey, we are your daily live accounting partner here to help you start your daily life with momentum, positive energy, and a little bit of tough love. Coming up, guys, some trending topics. SpaceX, they launched the rocket this morning. They did. SpaceX Crew 12, the brutal reality of high stakes accountability. Could you imagine, Kai, getting up this morning and having to make a decision? All everybody's life depended on it. 5 o'clock in the morning. And you have no, and there's no risk. The risk to the decision is whether they're going to live or not, because they are. I do have music on, Kai. Yeah, you want me to jack it up? There you go. Is that better, Kai? So listen, could you imagine making that 5 o'clock call first thing in the morning, and you're like, if we don't make the right call, everybody dies. Yeah, and if we make the right call, everybody wins. Talking about that coming up on the show here today as well. Hey, the No Shit Sherlock Department, exercise trains the brain to build endurance. A study on mice finds. Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Sullivan. Hey, I beat you on the check-in this morning, Sully. I got up, I grabbed my coffee. I got to get it done before Sullivan does. I saw you checked in this morning. Awesome. You guys don't know what I'm talking about? Go check into the app, morningsinlab.live. You can check into the app. Sullivan's there. I'm there as well. Hey, we got some fun banter. Tom Brady shrugging off Logan Paul. Smart underwear. Yeah, I wonder if Johnny wears these. Smart underwear suggests healthy adults pass gas around 32 times a day. And Instagram shows us that more AI is coming to the feed. And hey, 88%, maybe 90% of apps are going to be wiped out. Talking about that coming up on the show. Hey, Brian Leslie Miller, executive coach, spiritual psychologist, a man who brings and who works with high achieving men who have the resume, the house, the success. Well, they still feel empty. So we're going to unpack why so many driven men live from the head and never drop into the heart. And guys, this is not fluffy spirituality. No, we're crushing bulls, banging spliffs and pulling some pullbacks. All joking aside, hanging out with Brian Leslie Marshall coming up. I'm sorry, Brian. Hey, Jimmy, I guess I got to get my names right. I just mixing everybody's names up. Yeah. Good morning, Holroyd with Shaking Brother. Check into the app this morning. Let's get that streak done, guys. Hey, the deep dive, we're talking about your 40s, maybe your 30s, your 50s. What the hell? We're going to get into the 40s coming up at the top of the second hour in the deep dive. Yeah, your muscle mass is dropping. Your sleep's getting weird. Your hormone is shifting. Blood pressure's creeping up. And you might just feel shittier than you did in your 30s. And John Petruccelli comes in today. Looking forward to hanging out with that one. And he's joining us at the top of the second hour. We're going to have a conversation around being in your 40s and whatever bullshit comes on the table with myself, Anderson, and Dr. John Petruccelli, the resident bullshit professor this morning. Morning Focus. Man, guys, I got a big one for you today. It's called the burden of the burden of the builder. Yep, it's reflecting on the loneliness. It's a little Taylor Swifty, I think, this morning, guys. Woo, baby. Community Corner. Today we're going to challenge the quiet belief that might be capping your growth, the mask you wear at work, the version at home, and all that stuff. So, hey, guys, it's time to grab the coffee and settle in because the morning loop, it starts right now.
Nation, confession time. What's the lie you tell yourself in your 40s? And why do you keep paying it?
The truth is, your body keeps score. It doesn't care about your LinkedIn voice. I brought a mug and a stopwatch. Both are judging you quietly.
In your 40s, I'll start tomorrow turns into, why am I always tired? That's the pattern.
We're warming up the bullshit detector for later. So keep your excuses closed. We want a clean read. And yes, the bullshit professor will be here later. He's the only man who can grade your story with a straight face.
Nation, stay locked in. Drop your best excuse in the comments, and we'll run it before the professor arrives.
We have phones on this show. Yeah, like you know those old things, like not iPhone. Like we actually got like a phone number. Yeah, and you can actually phone the phone number. Hey Jimmy, ever since Drew left the show, our phones are just active. Yeah. Lady Drew Bozier, one of the OGs. Hey, what's shaking, Drew? 431-300-3005 will get you onto the show. We'll open them up in the second hour. If you want to call right now, you might bring you in and say hello. 431-300-3005 can bring you into the show. Or come send me a text. Come leave me a voicemail. Next Tuesday, we got Brianna Bass joining us for No Safe Words, the sex show. Clinical sexologist Brianna Bass. So those of you that might have questions for Brianna, I invite you to send a text. And hey, if you got your mobile phone handy, grab your phone, pull it out, head on over to morningsinlab.live and hit the hello. Come show your proof. Come show your proof. Show us that you're up. Show us that you're up and at it, and come and check into the show and show your proof that you are getting up and trying to achieve your most audacious goals. You'll see in the app the lineup for the show here today, what's coming up on the show, all the topics, when you can tune in. So you will never miss anything shaking every single morning on Mornings in the Live, and get your streak, man. And here's the thing. It costs you nothing. No, it costs you nothing. Just jump on into the app. Would please. No, take a picture of yourself or upload a picture, and you can have some fun with that. All right, before we bring Anderson into the lab, I wonder what he's riding into today. Guys, coming up bottom of the second hour, I got a monologue for you that I think you're going to want to stick around for, and it's about building. You know, I'll tell you guys right now that, y'all think I'm strong because I show up loud. Yeah, but later in the show, I'm going to tell you the part that nobody sees. Boom, boom, the loneliness of being a builder. Because when people stop loving you as a guy and start dismissing you as the one trying. And when you're trying, when you're saying no all the time, you're letting people down, and you're carrying a future that nobody can see. The wildest part, sometimes it feels like you're the only person. Sometimes it feels like even the person you love most doesn't believe in you. Yeah, we're going to go there. Stick around, because if you've ever felt alone in your own ambition, this monologue is for you. Coming up bottom, second hour, myself, the morning focus. But hey, I see him sitting there patiently. He's looking jacked. What's his name? His name's John Anderson. Oh, that is awesome.
Well, it's cool as hell, but there's no fucking way I fit that well into a suit.
You know what? No, I don't believe you, brother. I think you'd look pretty fucking good in a suit. I know it'd be tailored.
Whoa. You didn't fucking listen to me. Listen to the words I'm saying.
What did you say
about looking good?
Oh, I see. Oh,
I don't fit that well into a suit.
Oh. Okay. That's fair.
You tell me I'm a good listener.
Yes, I know.
The adjectives. It's all about the adjectives.
I know. Hey, Jimmy, can you throw that up there again? Look at this thing. Look at this man. I don't know, man.
The suit doesn't hang off me like that.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. Yeah.
And fuck, dude, I just had one tailor fucking made. Thing cost me fucking bucks. Here's a perfect example. I'm getting the pants fit, right? And I'm up on the little fucking little thing, so the guy's right at fucking cock level, so he can see everything perfectly. Yeah, he's bringing in the back of the pants. Yeah, and he's asking me how that feels, and so that's about right. And he starts to giggle, and he says, "Well, these pants won't work." I said, "Well, why is that?" He says, "Because we had to take so much out of the waist, you won't have two pockets anymore. You have one in the back."
There's a period of my time when I maybe was a little bigger up top, a little smaller on the bottom, and I was trying some suits on, Johnny. I remember at the John Varvatos store in Vegas, and same thing. He was trying me out. He's like, "Keith, these aren't going to work." I go, "Why?" He goes, "Look." He turned me around. My pockets were like this, like just fucking side by side. So it wasn't the unipocket, but it was like they were fucking just pulled on over because I had to cinch it in so much, right? So but I think you would look spectacular in a suit. So I'll just say,
I look fucking great in a suit. I look great sitting in a fucking some fucking really cool fucking supercar, exotic cars. I just don't fit that well into it.
Because I'll just put it out there. I'll man crush. There's something really manly crushy about a fit dude in a really well-tailored suit. And I'm serious, man. You can tell the good quality. It fits the guy well. All of his habits are on display. And you know what I mean by that, right? And he looks like he's just a well put together dude, man. Like there's something quite handsome about that. True story, man.
I'm kind of stoked because my nephew gets married here in about 2 months.
Okay.
A little less than that. About a month.
Yeah.
And, so I'm going to get to wear the suit that I had done for my daughter's wedding for the second time. And I'm a little bit lighter, and 10 pounds can make a big fucking difference in a suit.
100%. Yes. It might just drape on you a little nicer, right?
I wouldn't say drape, but you won't see where the fucking seams are pulling.
No. I would encourage you to I think the word drape is nice in a suit because it just means that it's hugging your body neck. I'm
the one that says it isn't drape. I understand drape. I'm just saying that this doesn't drape. What are you going to encourage me to do? Have something drape that won't drape? What's the encouragement? Well, I want to finish that statement, please.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, how was your last 22 hours, man? What happened? What shook for you?
Let's see here. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some dinner with friends last night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, got some. It was kind of a nice, I hate to say relaxing day.
Yeah.
I never really relaxed, but I mean,
Yeah.
definitely a good, just kind of a good, even keel, kind of get myself recovered day. But it was good.
Nice. Yeah. Yes. Yesterday for me was actually, I think the best. Yesterday was a day of life. And what I mean by that is I had a celebration of life yesterday morning after our show, and I went to spend some time at a funeral. And then, dude, I'm driving. I'm sitting at home about to go into a meeting yesterday, actually before Jason Hewlett's show. And Lauren sends me a text, and my good friend Jason Garino, Jay with Shaken Brother, if you're tuning in this morning, I love you, man. Him and his dad were about to go snowmobiling on Sunday, Johnny, with their son. Has a massive heart attack and dies.
Oh, how old was he?
Fuck, he was 74, young.
Did he take care of himself?
He did, yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those. It wasn't. It was just one of those things where
sounds like you're doing on something. What are you having a hard time spitting out?
No, it happened so suddenly, like for them, like it was not expected. He lived in that relatively clean life, 100%, right? And it wasn't, things were normal, things were fine, and all of a sudden, you
say relatively. Well, that's again me listening.
Yeah. Probably some accumulative decisions through life that might shorten lifespan along the way, perhaps. But
but stuff that was in the past, not in the current.
Yeah, exactly, Johnny. Exactly, right. So. So the crazy thing is that we knew of this incident that happened 4 days ago, and Lauren's friend was part of this situation because there was a situation happening on the street. They had the helicopter landed to try to save this thing, and then we didn't know who it was. And then she sends me a note. She's like, "Yeah, it was Jay's dad." I was like, "Holy smokes!" And I knew the dude. He's such an awesome guy. He drove around like in the neighborhood like a hat like I had, and we'd crush some butt every now and then. And he's just a good human, just a good man, like just a good natured soul, eh? So yesterday was about life. It was actually life for me. It was a day of life. I went and said goodbye to somebody, and then I called a friend and just told him I loved him and I was thinking about him, and that I know he's going through some tough times right now. But as something else I realized, Johnny, as we get older, and I think you can. I know you appreciate this too. Is it seems to get easier just digesting these things, doesn't it? And it's never wrong choice of words. It gets easier to put logic around digesting what happens in life. That's what it is, maybe.
Yeah, and I think I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
I think my brain I've got my brain trained so well to go to, the good side. And then when I say justification, I don't mean that in a bad way, meaning like, 74, that's a bummer.
Yes.
But I'm sure he had, obviously lives in your neighborhood, so he had a good fucking life.
Yes.
And then my next thought was, okay, so it's some cumulative decisions that may have been to this. Well, I'm sure he had fun. Good for him. That's where my brain goes. So I don't let all these things stack against me and put me into this mood where I have a hard time digesting the natural curve of life.
Yeah, and it's funny, Anderson, because I've been kind of maybe going through that a little bit myself. I think it's an age thing. I really do. I don't think you can know it until you go through it. It's funny because we're talking about going through your 40s today in the second hour, but I would say the same thing. I was at that celebration of life yesterday, beautiful service, and you find solace in certain words, right? You find solace in certain thoughts, which will make you feel comfortable as time goes by, right? So, dude, I can read between the lines and hear everything you're saying, and I'm on the same page. Absolutely. Right.
It takes a while to kind of get to that space, though.
Yes.
It's so easy to get sucked in to the negative. Like, I knew
Yep.
that I really hit this spot well when I really sat down and thought about my mom passing.
Oh, yes.
And I thought, because before it was just a fucking terrifying thought.
Yes.
And then through the conversations we've had and, understanding where she is and then I started to realize, that, it's granted, it'll be sad and I'll miss her.
Yes.
No question about it. But that it's almost like that uncontrollable grieving that I may have thought I would have been doing is going to be turned into more of a positive spin. You know, just because of who she was and how lucky I was to have her in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sort of like my older brother, she actually gave me a really interesting compliment. She said, in many ways, you're like my oldest son. She was speaking more from, I think, a spiritual standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like my oldest brother, not very spiritual. He kind of he got a little the deck kind of stacked against him though. In high school, he had this really cool chick, really serious girlfriend for high school. And the parents were just this Bible thumping, just, and it just soured him on any type of faith.
Yeah.
And so he really resists that stuff, as to where I think that there's a lot of whatever faith you choose, you know, call it whatever. There's a lot of depth that you find in life once you start to kind of really understand that stuff. And I think that's the part that she's referring to, that I'm like the oldest son, because real quick, was that a farmer's blow, brother? If it was, good job. I love it, dude. I love it. Yeah, dude. Come on. Was that a blow?
No, it was just no. I just had a cough.
Oh, I thought you did a farmer's blow. I was like, get it, boy. Shit.
Oh, no. I had to clear my throat.
Dude, you learn. I'm telling you, as a wrestler, when you getting ready to you farmer's blow, you fucking it becomes a habit too. You got no fucking time for a napkin when you're getting ready to go out there. You're fucking blowing shit clear, getting ready to breathe.
Yeah, I know. It's farmer's blow. Fuck, I love you, man.
You plug a nostril here, give it a blow, give one there.
I know. Yeah.
Dude, I got so fucking in tune with that shit. I was doing it in the house. What are you fucking doing?
You're walking around with snot all over the house because you're farmer's blow.
They're not like, you're sick blows. It's just because you're trying to clear the airway so you can breathe.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, I guess all I'm saying is that it's like when you get into your faith and you have certain beliefs about why you're here, what people are doing. It's then you start to see this passing is not this tragic thing. It's almost like a new beginning for the person that's
dude, so relatable to that. Yeah. Good morning.
I believe my mom is going to be in it. She's going to go to a place where she's been fucked. Like, she told me, I said, I said, so what do you, we're kind of speaking facetiously, I said, because I actually Terry asked her.
Yeah.
She's like, what would you do if you could do one thing again right now? Because physically she's pretty crippled up. She's limp.
Okay. Yeah.
She said, I would run. As soon as I pass, it's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go run.
That's awesome.
So she's already looking forward to her rebirth.
Yeah. Well, I think so. So good morning, good time. I'm sorry to hear about the news, man. My stepbrother's mother just passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, pal. Sorry to hear that news. Good morning, my love. See you there in the comments as well. Good to see you lifting this morning. Loving the lower body work. Nudge, Johnny. Spartacus, good morning, brother. I see you there as well. And, Anderson, before we get into some of the current events this morning, Brian Leslie, I see you in the green room, brother. Looking forward to welcoming you to the show here in a few moments. Joe, I think age does that too as well, right? Because, I found myself maybe leaning more into some spiritual thoughts, faith-based thoughts. As I was going through the service yesterday, I was thinking about Jay. I've been thinking about you and mom, and maybe just kind of, thinking about my dad and knowing that when people pass, I'm going to see them again. And believing that and giving me comfort in that, right? And actually and finding comfort in that. True story, finding comfort in that.
100%, but here's a question though. What do you think?
Tell me.
So there's people that believe, have faith, and people that don't.
Yeah.
So age is going to develop that process one way or another.
100%. Yes.
So when you say is with age, that means you're talking about our side of the fence.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. I believe more now than ever.
Yeah.
So, because I was a baptized boy, and I, my kids went to Catholic school and everything. And listen, and we talk on the show all the time. We have a lot of spiritual people who have much more faith, I believe, probably than you and I. But I'm not trying to compare. There's no contest on who has more faith or not. I'm just saying to you that as I continue to age and observe, the people around me that I love, that it's especially my mom and dad. I guess maybe I'm finding comfort knowing that I'm going to see them again, right? And it's meaningful to me.
Well, here's the thought, brother.
Yeah.
So these people, like your mom and dad, at one point you saw them every day. I'm assuming you don't see them every day anymore, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, well, when they pass, you'll actually get to talk to them more because they'll be with you wherever you are.
Yeah, yeah. So it's funny because I've been taking solace in that too. So when I hear you talking with your mom, and I love that comment, man. My mom, first thing I'm gonna do is run. That's fucking awesome. That's so cool because I can hear her. You know, it's like when I get to the gates, it's time to fucking run, right? Like actually, right?
I want to run again. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, right now, they're like literally, if she had to run, she would take 3 steps and probably break an ankle. That's
pretty
how
cool.
Yes.
That's pretty good for her. Good for her. Hey, so this morning, Johnny's pivoting gears to some current events before we rock and roll with Brian Lester this morning. Dude, some big news this morning. And I like putting the stuff on the table. Sterling Preston, what happened with SpaceX this morning?
Crew 12 is NASA's next crew rotation headed to the ISS. SpaceX launched it from Cape Canaveral on a Falcon 9 and Dragon Freedom at 5:15 a.m.
The station's been running short after the last crew returned early for a medical issue, so some work slowed down. This crew restores full team capacity.
Docking is targeted for Feb 14, then it's about 8 months up there. No perfect conditions, just clean handoffs and zero missed details.
Understood.
Don't really want to spend a lot of time on the science of it. I want to throw this at you. Could you imagine like being the guy or the girl, the guy, I'll say the guy because you're a guy, having to make that decision this morning, whether it was green light or red light? And what I mean by that is like, think about that decision you're making, because it's the wrong one, people die. And I'm being actually serious. And that, like, think about being a leader, because you're a leader, you're a decision maker, and you make decisions. Think about that, Johnny.
Well, and that's 100%. I mean, you got to think of it, like, and that's one of the things I kind of realized for myself when I realized, God damn it, maybe you are becoming a bit of a good leader. Like, I will put myself in harm's way much faster than the people I lead.
Listen to what you just said. Pardon me, but fuck off. Maybe I am becoming a good leader.
Well, no, this is not fucking. Well, hold on. I didn't say this was yesterday. Jesus Christ, dude! You gotta get with the adjectives here.
But you're right though. It's making the decision. So it's like you're saying to yourself, if I'm not going to go over the mountain, I can't expect my team to go over the mountain. That's really what you're saying. If I'm not,
and it's like, okay, I'm looking at. Let's just say that I'm looking at, if I'm in this position.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm looking at, okay, I've got these 3 people and they've got these lives with these kids and these responsibilities. And I don't feel that I can get them back here safely. I might take the risk myself if I was going by myself. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to take that risk with their lives.
Yeah. 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 It's when I saw this morning and I positioned it this way, it was an interesting thought process because it's easy to overlook that thought process. But if you find yourself in the position, because there's 4 people there's 4 people unequivocally relying on what you say. That's it. Like unequivocally relying on what you say.
And think about it, dude. You make the wrong fucking decision one time.
Yes.
And you have lost your fucking status as a good leader when it's life or death.
Yes.
Your team thinks that you fucking taken their safety and put it in a bad spot. It's fucking, what's the word when everybody fucking abort, what's the word like on a ship when everybody goes against the captain?
Oh, a mutiny.
There we go. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, think about this, right? Because we joked about it with Dr. John Petruccelli, who's coming from the show. We showed it last week. Einstein had 10 questions. He got 9 of them right. All they focused on was the one that was wrong. So same thing, right? John's an incredible leader leading this company. He makes one decision, 4 people die. Now John's not the best leader now, right? And it's incredible how we as humans do that, right? So I just thought it was interesting because we overlook that decision. It's like, oh, they made it to space. Yeah, but you guys don't know. Somebody had to go, okay, press the button green. That's crazy, man. Hey, the no shit Sherlock department. Exercise trains the brain to build endurance. What's going on with that one, Sterling?
Your endurance isn't just in your legs, it's in your brain. A new study says a brain circuit drives stamina gains. In running mice, VMH SF1 neurons switch on and stay active after. Block them, and training stops paying off.
Here's the punchline. Turning them off after workouts also erased gains. That means recovery might be brain work.
So again, another mice study, but we talk about this, we joke, but they put some mice on a treadmill, Johnny, and after 2 weeks of running on the treadmill, they ran faster and longer because more of their neurons were recruited and switched on. So, again, this seems obvious to me, but it's one of those, scientific things that it's not just changing muscles, heart, and lungs. And I know you lead into the brain all the time, but doing activity like exercise trains the brain to build endurance. And any honest nuggets off that one, or is that just the obvious no shit Sherlock department?
Well, I mean, think of it. Let's get rid of the brain. Let's talk about the creature, the human creature.
Yes.
Every time you do something repetitively, all of those pathways, physical, neurological, they all get better and better and better.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. Compared to not doing anything at the end of the day, right? So, hey, speaking of nothing, I got something that you might be interested in. Smart underwear is suggesting, yes, smart underwear.
What smart underwear is?
Tell me.
Not white.
Well, then this...
Smart underwear sensors track gas releases, and healthy adults averaged about 32 a day. That normal range can calm needless worry. Most episodes are tiny and silent, so you miss them during walking and sleep. Your body vents like background noise. Don't let the headline run your gut. Study quality matters, how they defined an episode, sample size, and replication.
I can only imagine if the smart underwear you're referring to are white, because they would be dirty smart underwear if they were tracking.
Well, because a pair of smart underwear says, "I will not be white."
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a smart man who's not wearing white underwear. But apparently, so get this, a smart underwear monitoring study, and no, not on mice. They claimed on average about 32 episodes per day that we are passing flatulence in our ass. So, the research is like, yes, Cheryl. We got Cheryl Whitaker joining us, Johnny. So maybe Cheryl's just passing. So apparently, we've all thought it's 10 to 15 times, but this new study is telling us up to 32 times a day we are quietly passing gas, and nobody knows about it except for Terry.
I got an interesting potential theory here.
Okay.
I'll use myself as a perfect example.
Okay.
So when I eat whole real foods,
yes,
don't overeat.
Okay.
My digestion runs very smoothly.
Yes.
I have much less discomfort, much less gas.
Yes.
Or much less.
Yes.
Right. So as this was once thought to be 15, now thought to be 30, doubled, probably has to do with the eating habits of the subjects.
Yeah. So that's funny, because I would think that too. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
You put some processed food in my guts and I overeat, I'll fart that 32 times in fucking 30 minutes.
Dude, I crushed broccoli for dinner last night, and I there was a reason the dogs weren't sitting around me last night, I think. So I was doing some work after my broccoli, and I was like, why aren't the dogs sitting around me?
Broccoli has to be eaten in limited quantities.
It was broccoli and chicken last night, Donnie. That was for dinner last night for me. So it was... Hey, before we bring Elias, Brian Leslie into the lab, I got one more thing. Epic spot here, guys. So, Johnny, I subscribe to this theory, and I got a sneaking suspicion you do as well. So, I live in a neighborhood. I have no problem with a biker gang or like a hardcore gang living in my neighborhood, because I believe my neighborhood is safer because they're there. Because I ultimately believe the world always will have the black hats and the white hats. That's just how the world works. There's always going to be the cowboys and the Indians and the good guys in the back. That's just how the world works. So I would prefer, and I think you do too, because you've talked about, if you lived in prison, you'd be able to survive because of your structure, et cetera, et cetera. But what I love about the idea of the gang world is the idea of respect and rules and life rules, right? So I got a really cool clip, man, which, Jimmy, let's run this, man. Let's run this epic. I just want to set it up. So there's a clip here where there's a biker gang. Check this out. A guy called somebody the N-word in this restaurant, like the N-word, like not a good word, right? And the biker gang heard him, fucking took him from outside, dragged him into the restaurant, and made him apologize to the guy. And it's like, that's not language you use in our community. That's not language you use in our store. And he went, and that picture there was like of the douchebag that the biker gang dragged him back in and said, "You need to apologize to this guy." I like that, man. I fucking like that. You?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have like personal testimony of some similar shit. So, when in my first business, that was actually a windfall for me. Was my painting contracting company.
Yeah.
Well, fucking its peak, I had 25 guys working for it. Probably 6 of them were Hell's Angels.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't really know much about their club at very first. I just thought it was a biker gang. Didn't know any shit about it. And as I started to get to know them, I realized, holy shit, there's like a level of brotherhood and respect and trust here that I didn't really understand. Like I didn't realize it would take a new, like, first off, their clubs are like a dozen people, you know, per chapter.
Yeah.
And it takes years to get in. You can't just go sign up for this shit.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
And so anyway, you know, through, you know, and it was me, I would take care of my people, you know, that's how I needed to earn their trust.
Yes.
And, you know, like I remember one of them was like, he'd worked for him for years. He's like, man, I want to start my own business. I'm like, dude, you can do this. Not a problem. I showed him the blueprint for how to make it work. And I said, look, I'll sign off giving you whatever authority you need, because you have to have a licensed contractor vouch for you can do all this shit.
Yes.
So of course I fudged it for him. But the fact that I did that for him, and he did a great job for me. So I mean, I was just taking care of him like he took care of me. Well, this fucking guy and all of the brothers that worked for me, these guys were like fucking bodyguards for me. I mean, if something was up, you know, they're like, you know, what, you want me to handle this? I'm like, no, we're good. You know? But just so you understand, the way that they would handle stuff was like next level. Like hear me loud and clear, 2 of the guys that worked for me are now doing life in prison for murder.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So, I mean, when we're talking about handling business, they're fucking handling business.
Yeah. So with that aside though, I do like that level of respect. Because I believe in that myself. I like the brotherhood. I like the respect. I believe I have I think I have a human skill of being able to sit in between both sides of it and be honest and removing the naivety. But I just like that video, man, because if you're going to be a douchebag in my neighborhood, you don't have to go talk to the cops. Go talk to the guy protecting our neighborhood. Frankly, I don't mind that at all, actually.
Well, dude, and on this, so check this out. So here's let me give you an example. One time when I called on them for help. Yeah. So this is forever ago. How many years ago? 20 some years ago. Well, I have this chick I'm with this woman who has got these fucking stalkers, and she owned a gym. And so she would get to this gym and open it really fucking early, where there was this one motherfucker who kept showing up every like with regularity. And he would stand outside the like, not go in, but he would stand there, like lurk and stare into, and it was freaking her out. And it was you know, he would do weird shit. Like, you know, it wasn't fucking, you know, showing himself, but kind of close. You know? And so she tells me, and I'm like, fuck, man. You know, the last thing I'm competing, I'm traveling the world. I'm like, so the last thing I need to do get myself in a fucking lawsuit. 100%. Throw this guy down the street. So I called, his name was John. They called him John. I said, John, I need a favor. He's like, what do you need, boss? I said, and I have to even tell him, I just said, can you go to this address tomorrow morning about 4:00 in the morning and just handle anything you think is not right, please. And literally, dude, the next fucking day, he took care of it. Nobody saw it happen. Never came back.
I love it. We actually have a clubhouse just down the street here. I don't know if we believe it's still there, but just a few streets over down the road there's a Hells Angels clubhouse, which just down the gravel road. And I got no problem living in my community at all, because I think a level of respect happens because there's some people looking out over the community. Speak about looking out, Johnny. We've got a dude who's trained in 32 different psychological healing techniques. He takes high-performing executives into the wilderness for vision quests to help them find their souls. His name is Brian Leslie Miller. Sophia Grant, let's welcome him in this morning on Center Stage.
You're driving home and the car is quiet. On paper, you're winning. In your chest, nothing feels real. You walk in the door and you're there, but not present. Your mind is still at work, still solving. You can't say it without sounding ungrateful, so you keep producing and you keep the emptiness private. We've got Brian Leslie Miller in the lab, and we're going straight at that gap. Success outside, numb inside, and what to do next. Brian is an executive coach and spiritual psychologist. He has worked in empowerment and life purpose since 2000, with real transformation since 2007. For over 18 years, he has led wilderness therapists therapy, vision quests, and rites of passage in national parks and wilderness areas. He calls spiritual psychology the study of the soul. He teaches head-to-heart work without abandoning logic or standards. He's trained in NLP, timeline therapy, IFS, and energy psychology, including Reiki and EFT. He uses these to help men change patterns. He has asked his whole life, what is life? What am I? He helps men face that question and stay steady. He wrote about not outshining others, then choosing to stop shrinking. If you've been dimming yourself, you'll feel this. Brian, welcome to Mornings in the Lab. This is going to be an awesome conversation.
Hey, Johnny, so this guy has strong opinions about traditional spirituality being woo-woo versus grounded in reality. Oh, and he believes that enlightenment can happen in a snap, not from decades of meditation. Jimmy, let's bring him in. Brian Leslie Miller into the lab. What's going on, Brian?
Hey, good to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, Keith.
How are
Where are
you?
you joining us from today, Brian?
I am in Encinitas, California.
Well, welcome. Thanks for getting up with us this morning. I know it's an early morning for you there, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out in the green room. Hey, so anything you want to jump onto? We were talking about some stuff in the green room. I saw you listening back there with Johnny and Keith. Were talking about spirituality and life after, and we were talking about protecting neighborhoods with gangs. Any thoughts you want to jump into before we get into it with you, brother?
Man, so many places I could have jumped in there. It seemed okay. So there's a gap in most people's understanding, and that's really what I'm really excited to speak to, is that when we understand what we are, because it's like we talk about personal growth and dealing with the ego and stuff like that, but there's something that we are behind the ego. The word personality, persona is the root word, and persona means mask. So our personality is the thing that we're showing the world, is our interface to the world. But there's something behind the mask that's even more real than the mask itself. And when we identify with the thing behind the mask, it resolves so many things. It resolves limitation, like limiting beliefs. It resolves relationship conflict, because it's not two egos trying to be right. And it resolves the question about, what is life? What am I? What am I supposed to be doing here? Because when you understand that you're the non-physical part of your experience, it's easier to see that this whole thing is a school for your non-physical self. I like to ask people, have you recognized that life is providing you with lessons?
Oh,
the hands go up.
Just one big fucking lesson. If you're not learning,
Right?
you're fucking dying.
Yeah. And have you noticed that lessons repeat if you don't get them?
Yeah. Do they ever?
Have you noticed that our quality of life improves when you integrate the lesson?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things I do every morning, brother, and I'd love your feedback on this, is I look at yesterday and I try to identify, what did I do yesterday again that I should not be doing today?
Yeah. I heard that said a different way, and it was, what can I do today that would make me proud of myself tomorrow?
Yeah.
But it's a little different than what you're saying, but it had a similar feel.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, because as humans, we repeat things. We repeat mistakes, or we do things and they become normal to us because we're repeating them, and they're almost camouflaged at that point. And so I'm trying to look through the camouflage to see, what is it I'm missing here, and I feel like I'm become better at identifying something that is slipping past me that I'm not supposed to be doing. And sometimes it's just a thought process. Like, sometimes it's a knee-jerk reaction to something. Like, I need to stop that knee-jerk reaction, that thought.
Yeah. I mean, I would give that, what I would call that, John, is a pattern, a psychological pattern, right? And it's the thing about becoming mindful versus unconscious robot, right? The more I become mindful, the more I'm able to make conscious choices. And what eventually develops on the path to awakening, which I'll come back to, is one of the first stages is witness awareness. And witness awareness is you're just like one step back from where we normally hang out, which is totally collapsed with our thoughts and our emotions.
Mm.
When an emotion happens, I think it's me. When a thought happens, it's me. When you develop witness consciousness, you're this much separate from your thoughts and emotions, and you can witness them. And from the witnessing place, you have more choice. You have more discretion.
What you're saying right there, it reminds me of like when I was really working on years ago, okay, I need to learn to respond rather than react. It was just that little smidget of time I needed to identify what was happening, so I wasn't reacting to what happened, you know. And it's, I don't know what you call that little space, but that's a tough space to get a hold of.
Yeah, there's probably a word for it. It's not coming right now.
Brian, so this is an interesting thing here. So Brian, you've spent your whole life, now hear me clearly, Brian, you've spent your whole life basically walking up or communicating with people, and you say this: what is life and what am I? And dude, those are heavy questions for anyone when you're addressing somebody. Like seriously, because they're like, who the fuck are you? Like, what do you mean, what is life and what am I all about? Like, when you put those questions on the table, how do people respond? And then when did you, Brian, first ask yourself that question, and why? Like, how did you get to ask yourself that question? Was there a moment in your life that did your parents teach you this? Is spirituality part of day one? Or was there a moment that you're like, holy shit, I'm asking myself these questions?
Real quick, brother, before you speak, I just want to say one thing. I just want to say you have got the power of the fucking pause down, brother.
Oh, yeah.
You own that.
Yeah. So what's actually happening for me, John, is like, I'm not answering. Brian isn't answering. I'm waiting. What's the answer?
That's the space we're talking about, aren't we?
The truth.
Is that the space we're talking about?
It is. Well, you were talking about like being reactive versus responsive.
Yeah.
The space itself is the breath. That's what allows space, right? It's like trigger.
Yep.
What that does is it floods
one deep breath away, baby. Yes.
It floods oxygen to the brain, which allows it uncouples the amygdala, which is fear.
Yeah.
And gives you an opportunity to think. Why the in-breath uncouples the amygdala? Because if you're actually in a survival situation, you're going to stop breathing and you're going to try and be invisible. But if you go, I am here, I am big, I am safe. Yeah.
I love it.
I love that, man. So what's the answer that you received?
So going back.
Hey, dude, this is funny because you forgot the answer from the messenger above because you got distracted by Anderson. Dude, you got to.
Okay, so the question is, well, there was two parts. One is, what was the response of people going around and asking? And then the other one is, when did I start?
Yeah.
And just to clarify, I'm not sure how I wrote it, but mostly I asked myself that question from about age 9.
Wow.
Till I got an answer in my 30s.
Brother, how did you start thinking like this at 9 years old?
Yeah.
So I grew up in Massachusetts, and that we grew up watching Schoolhouse Rock. And right, you remember that?
I do.
And in one of the,
I must have missed something when I was watching that shit. Fuck.
I missed that part.
Brian, how old are you, if I can ask you? We're both 54. How old are you?
58.
Oh, okay. So we're all the same. We were watching the same shit then. Okay, keep going.
So there's this kid that like falls out of a plane and bounces off of a cloud. And that was at 9 years old. At 8 years old, I had asked my dad to go in a Piper Cub airplane. His boss had one, and I got to fly through a cloud. So looking, earth opening moment, or earth shattering moment was, I'm 9 years old. I'm in the neighbor's yard. I'm looking up at the clouds. It's cumulonimbus clouds, big puffy clouds.
Yeah.
And they really look, they've got serious definition. They look like they could be solid. Like the crispness of the billow really looks solid. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, they look so solid, but I know that they're not. And then my mind took that realization and brought it from the clouds down to earth. And I looked at my house, and I looked at the trees, I looked at the cars, and I looked at my knee. And I knew that none of it was actually solid.
Wow.
And then later, when you're like 12 years old, you hear Einstein say, everything is energy. Oh, that's what I experienced. Everything is energy. It's all just frequency and vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't catch a clue of that till I was probably somewhere in my fucking mid-30s. That just did not compute well. I mean, I was still developing, but I was fucking light years away from understanding that statement.
I trip out, John, when I look at the experiences that life has provided me for me to become who I have become. It's like, who was I before this? Because that's crazy to get opened up that soon, that fast.
Yeah. Crazy.
So let's see. My parents got divorced when I was 7.
How did that affect you, Brian?
Deeply negatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say. Well, so we were the first. It was 1976. Divorce was not common, and we were the first ones in the neighborhood, first ones in the school system. And so it's like, yeah, people don't understand. There's no reference for it. It's just painful. And what did I do with it?
You had to turn it into good at some point.
I'm thinking so.
It took some time. It definitely took some time, because what kids are unconscious, and they would come up, and my dad fought for custody and won, and they would come up and say, hey, how come your mother doesn't love you?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And the mind can't withstand an unanswered question. It'll always offer an answer. If you want to get someone to see something, if you can formulate what you're seeing in a question, you can lead the person to the answer, because the mind can't withstand an unanswered question. So, what I did with it was internalized it, thought there was something wrong with me, which led me to the healing journey, which led me to, okay, these are just thoughts, they're ideas, and realizing, we can change our ideas, which is kind of a little bit good segue in the sense of where I started out talking about the personality, the ego.
Yeah.
It turns out that our ego is really just an outline, right? It's just an outline that I have decided this is who I'm going to be. And when I color outside that line, it creates cognitive dissonance. It creates turbulence.
Yeah.
And if we know that there's going to be turbulence when I violate this boundary of the ego, personality, then I can blast through it and create myself to be anyone I want, knowing there's going to be turbulence, but I know what it is, right? So I can dismiss the turbulence and continue to hold the template of my highest self, my best self. And this is really important because Tony Robbins tells us, and Carl Jung and some of these great minds, we won't outlive our self-image. It creates too much turbulence. We'll always come back into our comfort zone.
We won't outlive our self-image.
Yes. So my stories about myself are my self-image, right?
Yes.
So here's one that I had to really work with. I had an older brother he was the golden child. And unconsciously, my parents prized him more than me. So when I shone, when I was brighter than he was,
Yes.
they would throw an unconscious dart. Hey, don't outshine him. So for me, one of the things was this crime of outshining. And I just had to do the work and unravel. The best question we can ask ourselves when we hit a limiting belief is it true? Can I absolutely know that it's true?
The evidence, right? When we talk about evidence.
Yeah. Byron Katie created a body of knowledge called The Work. It's thework.com. I recommend everyone go check out that website. It's a lightsaber of truth. It's
okay.
Okay. So I want to kind of go back instead of just talking about me and my trauma.
So can I ask you something too, Brian? So Brian, you said something a few moments ago, which struck me. And Johnny, you'll like this too. You said something about fear and being calm in a moment, like just like when everything's kind of going crazy around you. And it's just like, those that kind of take a moment to be calm. Check out this clip. Fear weakens you, panic kills you, but calmness saves you. Watch this closely. There's a guy sitting here with his phone in his hand, having a drink. The place is being robbed right now. Look at this guy. Watch him closely. Just watch him close because Brian, he's doing exactly what you talked about. Look at him. Open up his pack of cigarettes, having a smoke. And he's just sitting there while the guy with his gun robs everybody in the establishment. And the one guy, Brian, he's just sitting there having a smoke, doing
exactly. When the thief looked like he tried to take his phone away from him, he wouldn't let him do it.
Yeah, and he just sat there and had a smoke. Like
Look at that. You're not taking my phone, dude.
Yeah. So Brian, that's strictly because Brian's exactly what you talked about, which was he just kind of and just sat back and was calm. And that calmness basically moved everybody away. That's kind of how I interpreted that. Would you not say the same thing, Brian? Like that calmness basically moved the perpetrators away. Would that be how you interpreted that?
Yeah. I would say what's happening there is very much like a dog sensing fear.
Okay.
The signal that he sent to those guys is I'm not a threat. He totally de-escalated.
Yeah, I just want to smoke a cigarette.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not a threat. I'm having a smoke. Yes, yeah.
Right? And they're like, okay, this guy's not.
He's talking to him. Look, he's saying something.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, man, make sure you don't hurt anybody. Get the money and get out of here.
Right? Like if someone was scared, they're not going to pull their phone back from the guy with the gun.
You're surely not going to light a cigarette and have a conversation with a fucking guy with a gun in your face.
The edgy guy. If you're in a situation like that, robbing a store, the guy you got to worry about is the one who's edgy.
Yes.
You can see the guy moving as he's talking to the guy walking down the bar.
John, I didn't see that. I didn't see that until you called it out that he didn't give him his phone. You're right. I was fascinated to me. He's like, no, you're not taking my phone.
He didn't give him his phone, lights a cigarette, and then talks to the guy.
Yes. But Brian, you nailed it because all of a sudden he's not a threat.
Yeah. We are animals. We really are animals. We're just thinking animals, talking animals.
Well, yeah, we know John's an animal, so yes, I do know that, Brian. Yes, I work in the kitchen. I bake for John. John goes and gets the animals, and I cook the food for Johnny. That's our role.
Very good.
Everybody has their roles. You know?
That's the key.
Equally important. He's just not good at going out and hunting a zebra, so I take that role. If he was the hunter, we'd starve to death.
Oh.
So I want to drop some wisdom, and you guys were talking about death.
Yes.
And death and spirituality, they go like this.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes. 100%. Yes.
Okay. So let me give a different definition of spirituality.
Please.
Because I think most people relate to the word spirituality as something close to religion, and they think about it as, well, I mean, it's right there in the word spirituality, kind of understanding spirit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But spirituality is the attempt to understand what is consciousness. What is this that is seeing out? That's what the underlying question of spirituality and all religion is. What is consciousness?
Yeah. I don't know. What is consciousness? It's me. It's me being here right now, not wanting dead air. No.
Yeah, it is. It's the sense of being. It's beingness.
Okay.
So what is awakening? What are we awakening from? To. We're awakening out of something into something. Actually, I wrote down the word. So to wake up is to come out of a dream, to think that something is real and awaken to an even greater context or reality.
Our whole life could be a fucking dream, and we could be waking up into our fucking real life.
It is, John. I'm about to blow your fucking mind. Okay. If let's say I was narcoleptic and we're talking and all of a sudden I fall asleep.
That word hasn't been used on the show before.
And I start talking in my dream, and I'm like moving, waving at people and stuff like that. But you're standing there looking at me, watching me dream. For me, everything I'm experiencing feels real, right? It's a three-dimensional reality. There's a first-person singular viewpoint in the dream, and all the people I interact with have volition, very much like real life. And then I trip over something and fall in the dream, and I bolt upright and I go, holy shit, oh my God, that felt so real. Yeah. What am I saying? I'm saying it felt just like this. So maybe this is another layer of dream. And what quantum physics tells us is that everything is energy. Consciousness is primary, meaning that the foundation of this entire reality is consciousness.
Well,
if you think of it like that, then it really does make sense that this is a dream. It's just a different type of dream than sleeping. We've got sleeping, waking, and dreaming.
I love this because I'm all about, I make things, I understand them by peeling back layers and distilling and simplifying. That's the way I understand shit. So right away, my first question to myself is, are you having a good dream? And fuck, man, I didn't know how to fucking dream. As a fat little boy, I didn't know how to dream as big as my life has become. Nice. I was dreaming about one of many things that I did, not all of them.
I hear you. Yeah.
So that's a fucking
good place to be.
We're dreaming. The simple question to ask ourselves to really understand who we are and where we're going is, are you having a good dream?
Yeah. And am I telling myself a good story, which influences whether it's a good dream or not, right?
Yeah.
My narrative about what's happening determines whether it's a good dream or a bad dream.
Yeah. Brian Leslie Miller, Keith Billis, John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You guys can join our live show Monday through Friday, mornings in the lab.live. We stream with you guys every single Monday through Friday, myself and John Anderson. Brian's joining us this morning. Hey, Brian, you want to stick around for a few more minutes with myself and Dr. John Petrocelli and John Anderson, or do you got to get out of here?
I do actually. Can I drop one more nugget here? I got time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you got?
Okay. So there's something called the kleshas. You should and can look it up online. Klesha.
Okay.
It's from Hinduism, and it's from their deepest wisdom. And it's the 5 root causes of human suffering. The first one gives rise to the other 4.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Forgetting our eternal, immortal nature. And if I can switch gears and actually give you guys an experience right now in 5 minutes or less that you are in fact immortal. The part of you that is hearing what I'm saying.
Real quick, could I just pause real quick, brother? Keith, let's fucking blow past my lifestyle tip and let him have this fucking 5 minutes. How's that?
Let's do it. All right, let's go, Miller.
Go.
Okay, so we got the kleshas. When we forget our eternal, immortal nature, our identity collapses onto the body. The body is temporary.
Oh,
you are permanent. The body is temporary.
Yeah.
When your identity collapses onto a impermanent body, you crave things that are impermanent and you resist things that are impermanent. Joy, pleasure, pain, discomfort. And then the fifth one is fear of change. Because if you're immortal, death is still going to happen, but it will just appear as change, not as an ending.
Oh.
So forgetting your eternal immortal nature, collapsing onto the body, aversion, attraction, and fear of change or fear of death.
Do it one more time, both from the beginning.
The kleshas, 5 kleshas. When we forget our eternal immortal nature, our identity collapses onto the physical body. When our identity collapses onto this temporary, impermanent physical body, we fear things that are impermanent and we crave things that are impermanent. This is the Buddhist aversion and attraction thing. And then the fifth one is fear of death. But if you know you're immortal, it's just fear of change.
Interesting. If you know you're immortal, it's not fear of death, it's fear of change.
It's just your vehicle that's going away.
Yeah, you're saying to yes.
Okay, now close your eyes.
Okay.
And just keep your eyes closed until I tell you open them. Okay. So the space that you're in right now, when you close your eyes, you're in an internal space. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And notice that you are in there. Essentially, you fill that entire internal space. Is that true?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yeah. And notice that you could go off in any direction at the speed of thought and not find an edge. There's no edge.
No.
Is that true?
Correct.
Okay. So no edge means no form. And no form, no form. No limit, no form. If you orient just to the space, which you are essentially filling that space, so that space is you. And if you orient to the space itself, just to the space, does the space have a gender? Just the space?
No.
No. Does the space have an age?
No.
No. Okay. That's where we find out that if something has an age, that means it came into existence. Right? At a certain date, it came into existence. But all I did was ask, does the space have an age? Immediately you said no. It was in a direct knowing. You didn't have to think about it. If it doesn't have an age, then it was never born and never dies.
Oh, so when my eyes are closed, I'm just in a space. I'm changing.
Yeah, when you close your eyes, you're more oriented to the non-physical self. The non-physical being, right? Human being.
Yeah.
Human is the physical part. Being is the non-physical.
Our bodies are a vehicle, and when we're looking into that external world, which is the temporary world. The vehicle, the body, is temporary. Everything surrounding us is temporary. That's the world we're living in. So it's eternal, and which never ends. And then obviously you open your eyes, and the timeline begins again.
Yes. And that, let's use the timeline. The word that I would use for that is duality. Right? When I open my eyes, there's up and down, light and dark, left and right, in and out, male and female, right? There's duality. Close my eyes. No, there's just unity. Everything is still here. It's just all included as one thing.
Yeah.
Boy, we get distracted with the fucking outside. Holy shit.
The whole outside's a distracting, isn't it? Everything around is a distraction, John. Brian.
It can be, and again, it's the narrative. Okay. So let's go back to see. Let's see, where do I go? Well, I want to talk about fulfillment, I guess. Fulfillment, true, like the deepest sense of fulfillment, and it ties in with this awakening thing, like what we're doing here. That's the big question. Everyone's got, what are we doing here? Why did life happen?
Yeah.
Why are we even here?
Yeah.
Well, there's an answer. The word exist means to stand apart, to step outside yourself. Existare.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and I, if we want to know ourselves, if we're trying to psychologically know ourselves, my best chance at that is if I can somehow get outside myself and look back at myself, right? If I can gain perspective on myself,
Yes.
that's how I can actually know myself. Okay, so we think about when regardless of what religion someone is, when we think about the Godhead, the supreme Godhead,
Yes.
we think of it as everything. It's omnipresent. Yeah. And if I was that omnipresence and I wanted to know myself, well, I'm everything. I have to step outside myself to be able to look back at myself, to know myself.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you are. That's what I am. That's what 8.3 billion people are. What is it that is seeing out from behind my eyes? What is consciousness? It is the presence of divinity.
Consciousness, the presence of divinity, with myself, John Anderson, and Brian Leslie Miller, the Self, live on Mornings in the Lab. Hey, Brian, where can folks connect with you, find you, and engage with you?
Oh, geez, I would say LinkedIn is probably the best place to find me. Yep.
That's where we found you, and I would encourage our community to come find you as well. Dude, you dropped us some stuff to think about today, and actually probably quite timely. Yesterday was a heavy day for me, and John and I have had some great conversations all week. I appreciate the insight, man. I appreciate the provocative thoughts as well. Johnny, some closing words for Brian before we reset here for hour 2 with Dr. John Petrocelli.
Brother, it was great hearing you talk, and I just right from the beginning, I just with the way that you talk and the way that you use your pause, you kind of command someone to start to really hear what you're saying, and that's half the problem. People don't listen well.
Yeah,
and you've definitely got a way with helping someone hear what you're saying, which is, I mean, that's like the front door of getting someone to open.
That's it.
So really good shit, brother.
Yeah. Good morning, Jay. And hey, Brian, before you go, Johnny, it's not lost upon me that. Brian, has anybody ever told you that you look like this fellow?
Like who?
Like this guy right here on screen. We got Richard Gere on the show, man. John, we got Richard Gere. Look at that. I think we actually have Richard Gere. Like I was looking at you, I'm like, dude, you look like freaking Richard Gere.
I'll take it.
It's rolling all over you, Miller. I'm thinking just chicks are coming at you, like just this young, handsome dude, and I'm telling you, man, you got the looks rocking, Brian.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that, Keith.
Brian,
pretty good yourself. You got some style there, my man.
Well, hey, it's the John Anderson rub off, man. I don't got his big muscles, but I try to grab a little bit of style from my brother from another mother over there. So, Brian, I appreciate you, man. I enjoyed our conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us some things to think about. And hey, listen, I know I will see you again. True story.
Sounds good.
Pleasure, brother. Have a great day.
All right, let's go. Let's do it, guys. Let's reset hour 2 and bring in the doc himself, Dr. John Petrocelli, this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Oops. There we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Joy. It starts with joy with Shirley Whitaker's here as well. And we got Good Time out there. We got Spartacus out there. We got Lauren out there. We got the whole gang out there. We just wrapped up a great conversation with Brian Leslie Miller. And what else, guys? We talked a little bit about this morning. Well, we talked about fart underwear. We did. We talked about the SpaceX launch. Imagine having to make the decision this morning whether the launch was going to go or not going to go. And imagine that decision having an effect on whether somebody lives or dies. We had that conversation as well this morning with myself and Johnny. But coming up, we're going to get into a conversation with the truth about your 40s and a few other things on the table. We got it starting right now with Dr. John Petrocelli on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. Let's do it, guys.
You're in your 40s. Your body's done negotiating. It sends invoices, not warnings. Wake up stiff. You call it sleeping weird. That's interest on shortcuts. In your 20s, you winged it. Now recovery costs. Sleep, stress, and booze raise the rate. You don't need motivation. You need maintenance. Lift, walk, and eat like an adult. This isn't about beach abs. It's about capacity. Energy for work, patience at home, strength for the long haul. We'll show you what changes first. Small habits, real numbers. Pay daily or it collects.
Petro, what's shaking, my brother?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you're looking styling today, man.
Yes, I'm a little bit off the books today, but I'm in Amelia Island, Florida. I'm giving a talk here.
Good for you.
Shortly.
Good for you.
So,
good for you, man. Hey, did you catch any of the conversation with Brian?
Yes, I did.
I'm actually kind of curious. As a scientist, I want to talk to you about this. As a scientist who's an evidence-based dude, how do you lean into some of the fluffy woo-woo spiritual type stuff? You know, and like how do you arrive at that, Petro?
Well, I think a lot of the things that he spoke about are things that you know, new age philosophers and people like Deepak Chopra have gotten into quantum physics and sort of applications of that to psychology. Have really been talking about these things for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it's difficult for me to lean into it because the definitions and the what we would call, you know, observable evidence is certainly wanting, but
nice.
I think there's a
nice choice of words, Petro. Wanting.
There's so many things though that we do not know.
Yes.
Okay. So for instance, there's quite a bit of talk of consciousness. You know.
Yes.
What is consciousness, and you know what happens. You know what happens when you die. You know what happens to consciousness when you die. You know. So we know that consciousness sort of emerges, or the sensation or the subjective sense of our consciousness emerges from neurological activity, but we don't know what happens to it after there's no longer, you know, an impulse. There's no longer life, right? And we know from the law of conservation of matter, Antoine Lavoisier's law of conservation of matter, you cannot add anything in a closed system. You cannot add any matter, and you cannot subtract it. You can't destroy it. So what happens to consciousness after life? No one knows. So the thing that I guess I cannot lean into is knowing with confidence, or this subjective sense of confidence of knowing how it all works. But I mean, he's really talking a lot about, I mean, things that, you know, that are topics, issues in psychology, you know, for over 100 years now, and it's so he's talking a lot about, you know, experiences that people have.
Yes,
and I think there's just ways of explaining that, and it's not something. I don't believe it's something you can reason through to figure out.
It's interesting to hear you say that, Petro. That's interesting. That's exactly why I wanted to ask you the question, because I know, you know, the world you come from is exactly that, working towards reasoning, right? And I enjoy Brian's conversation because it doesn't come from that, right? And it's like this confluence of, you're both sitting here, but how do we arrive here? And it's I find it quite fascinating because, you know, he says it makes you quite provocative, but then to your point, there's no science or reasoning behind it. So, and some humans just can't get there, frankly. They just can't get there, Petro.
Yeah, and Brian has actually a sort of an uphill climb, because in my world, extreme or extraordinary claims, they require extraordinary evidence.
Right.
Right. So it's not, I'm not talking about, you know, just a single study, or, you know, some things that, you know, that make sense, and you find out, you know, the logic all fits. Now you need extraordinary evidence to support extraordinary claims. And so, I mean, it is fun to think. I mean, it certainly is fun to think about, and sort of kind of frees the mind, you know, sometimes I think, but you know, whether or not we actually understand, you know, the applications of quantum physics to the mind and consciousness we really haven't touched that. It's not something that is known with the same amount of confidence.
That
we have, that you and I are talking right now. So,
let's pivot
Joel, check it. It was before pivot. I got to share something here.
Yeah.
So I got to take a piss, right? Came down, sat down, looked at the screen, and I was like, where the fuck's Petro? And then I realized, holy shit, there's Petro. And then I thought, holy fucking Christ. Because normally you got the fucking Bears, the Cubs fucking hat on, and you've got this very different appearance, right? You're saying the same shit. It's just delivered by a different Petro. So my question is this. Have you ever, because clearly this is the professor, right? Have you ever taken the, basically the get up, the hat, the shirt, the kind of that cool reading the fucking comic book, Petro into the fucking classroom as the professor? Because keep in mind, same message, but the delivery from a different, call it vehicle or a different persona is, holy Christ, it even affected me listening to you right now. I can only imagine fucking kids that are in their late teens and early 20s. Like, this fucking cool jiving motherfucker is talking all this deep shit. I want to hear more of what he's got to say.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it. Yeah, I haven't tried it. Like I was telling Keith, I have a big talk on experimental power in business, and at the end of this hour, and so this is more of my speaking garb and get up.
Oh, so this is
I haven't brought it. Yeah. Oh no. So this is more of my professor look. I like to lean into the
social experiment time, brother. Social experiment time. Fucking go into lead your class with the Petro we see, and just see if you, because I would assume you would sense if they're more receptive. Because I can remember as a youngster, when I felt like I understood the guy, like as a person that was giving me the information, it just seemed easier for me to follow.
Yeah. It's like a relatability thing, John. It's relatable.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah. I love the friendship emerging here because Anderson's telling Petro how to dress for his next.
Well, no, I'm not telling. I'm just saying, hey, this is crazy. Because even for me, like, I relate more to the Petro I'm used to. I'm hearing what you're saying, but and I'm sitting here analyzing myself, going, this is not hitting me quite the same as the motherfucker.
This one.
Yeah, very good. Now just take off that fucking sweater vest and go a few buttons down, and we're getting closer.
Yeah. I will try. I will try it on Thursday. Thursday of this week. I'll try it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'll see what the.
I would have to imagine you could think of some sort of a metric to get an idea if there was an impact.
Oh man.
Yeah. It would be difficult at Wake Forest University because my students are all psychology majors. They usually take. I teach 300 level courses when by the time they're seniors, and they're all very engaged. They're very very they're very interested in what's going on. A good test would be at a state university where maybe I'm teaching intro psychology and they're not all psychology majors. So I don't know how diagnostic it'll be, but we'll see. I'll try it on Thursday.
Maybe it'll go the other way. Maybe you'll realize, Scott, they responded better when I dress like this.
Anderson. Yeah. Hey guys, so I want to ask you guys both each a question. Start with you, Petro. What changed for you in your 40s? Like, serious question. What changed for you? And Anderson will come to you with the same one. One thing.
Yeah, so my daughter was born. I was actually 36, so I was almost 40.
I was 38. Yeah,
and I think that's when I started. I was running 15, 20 miles a week. Like, I think she was like maybe 6 months old, and I just thought,
okay,
I better get in shape. Because I'll tell you what, taking care of a baby is a lot of work.
Yeah. So that was the thing for you, eh? I got a kid now. Yeah.
That was the impetus for.
Yeah. What about you, Anderson? You hit your 40s. What changed for you?
There was the 40s was a fucking blossoming time for me.
Was it?
I really started to understand myself better.
Yes, me too. Yeah, yeah.
And it was like, along with that, my finances fucking started to explode. It was like it was a really good. The first couple of years of 40s, I hadn't really identified it, but I went through some really big challenges, which is what I think prompted all of this.
Yes.
And I think when those challenges hit for the first time, I was truly able to make the lemonade that I've been trying to make over the years.
Yeah.
And it was just like, whoa. And then all of a sudden I got the confidence to realize it doesn't fucking matter how big the problem gets put in front of you, because it's a blessing. You're going to get so much better. So fucking bring it on.
Yes.
Every time I get comfortable, fucking kick me in the nuts, please.
Yeah.
It's like you start pursuing these challenges rather than trying to avoid them. And life just fucking exploded in so many ways.
My 40s were interesting because I sold my company at 38. And then 38 through 46 was an interesting time. I got divorced at 46. So my 40s were quite a time, actually, because I went through a period of wealth change from 38 to 45, went through divorce at 46, went through a period of wealth change again from 46 to 50 because I went through divorce. And so it was but what I found when I was putting some notes together for this one, I think, John, you'd agree. I think both you guys would agree with me this one. The 40s were really a time for the man to build systems for the next stages of his life, right? You're kind of going, because Petro, you're like, okay, I got a kid now. I better build some systems so I can live long and take care of my child. John Anderson, I know you've been a systems guy your whole life. Your financial life started changing, and you probably recognize that you needed to put more systems in to get to the next stage of your life as well. And I reflect on that. My 40s were really about recreating new systems for my life, actually.
Yeah, I think that that process has been in play almost my whole life.
I know. Yes, I know for you.
That's what kept my fucking head above water. But I think in this time that we're speaking of is probably where my systems really got fucking good.
Okay.
And keep in mind, according to most people's standards, my 30s, I was set. I was fucking, all my buddies were like, dude, you're fucking, you're home. You're this, you got that. Look what you're doing.
Yeah.
But it was like, in my mind, I didn't see that. I just saw, my journey continuing, and that what I was really interested in what was coming next, not what I had already done.
Interesting. What were you, Petra?
Yeah, I think, ask me about my 40s. I think much of my 40s was just a blur.
Really?
I'm really embracing the 50s because so much more relaxed. We in our house, my wife and I would say, lighten up, Francis. From Stripes, the Stripes movie, and we've been saying that for years. And it took me until my late 40s or early 50s to really just lighten up. I think I was too strict myself and with others, and sort of really I think you can maintain a high standard, for yourself.
Yes.
And others, but you don't have to be a dick. You can lighten up.
It's funny because I can believe that, Petro. I bet you if we would have had 40-year-old Petro on the show, different than the lighter, cooler, relaxed 50-year-old Petro. And I mean that as a compliment. I very much mean that as a compliment. Yeah.
Well, the 50s is, if basically what I described in the 40s, then supercharged in my 50s.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, like crazy. Like the jump from 30 to 40s was massive. But from 40s to 50s, it's like, holy Christ, my scale doesn't quantify this anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting so fucking fat, the scale doesn't work anymore. I got to get on a fucking cow scale.
Before we wrap up with you guys, Petro, did you have one of these growing up? Anderson, did you have one of these growing up? Because I did.
Oh, yes.
Yes. John, did you have one of these, Anderson?
No, dude. I lived on a real fucking farm. What would I want that for? I had
Yeah,
one of those that was
yeah.
fucking 300 feet long and 150 feet high.
I went to my mom and dad, my grandma, and my Bob and Gigi's farm, but I also had one of those farms though, and Petra made that mooing sound. Remember that moo sound?
Yeah, you open the door and it would moo, and then and the people were just like little cylinders. They didn't have any arms or legs. They were just little plastic.
Dude, I was so much more interested in fucking driving a tractor than fucking playing with that thing.
A good time. Charlie, I knew you had one of these. I'm telling you, when I'm looking for this shit, I know who has stuff, and I knew that Anderson would not have one of these. No, Jimmy says John. I thought John would say he had a dollhouse instead.
Yeah, I want to go yard sale or garage sale shopping with John, and we can introduce him to all the stuff that all the crappy toys we used to play.
Oh my God.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever, well, let me rephrase that. As an adult, I've never consciously made the choice to go to a garage sale.
Good for you. Good for you.
I'm not saying that wouldn't be interesting.
Good choice.
Because you think about it, first thing I think of is, okay, look at this motherfucker that's selling his shit. Do I want to buy any of his? No.
I'm the same as you.
I mean, it's like you get some fucking garage sale of some like fucking crazy looking place. I go, okay, this motherfucker might have some shit of interest to me.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, Petro, Cheryl says hello. You got to get onto Cheryl Whitaker's show, man. I'm telling you right now. Hey, John and Petro, before you go, both you.
Hey, John, before you go, Japan has a karaoke challenge that belongs on After Midnight Cable. The rules are evil. Contestant sings a full song while producers throw an adult distraction at him. Stay composed or you fail. It's karaoke on discipline mode. You can see the panic in every blink. Reports say it runs late on premium TV, not dinner time viewing. I respect the production budget. I respect the lawyer who approved it. 2 heroes, 1 segment. Hey, John, you've got lungs and confidence. Do you want to join the game show?
My favorite one. That was my favorite one right there. He looked sharp as hell with all.
Well, you got to wonder what the fuck is going on that we can't see.
Well, that's the point. That's the point.
But what's she really doing? What she really doing is the question.
So this karaoke thing is called Sing What Happens, where the male contestant Johnny must sing karaoke uninterrupted while receiving a hand job or a blow job. So he has
to. Is that a true hand job, or is it through the fucking? Because it looks like he's clothed.
Yeah. Well, so what we can't see below there, but here's the thing: who thinks of this ridiculous idea to start with? Like, who pitches the idea? Hey guys,
people who want fucking TV ratings.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's just so. Yeah, only I mean, perhaps, so this is Japanese variety show. Go to a show, sing a song. Listen. All right, Jimmy.
I don't want to hear that. Give me the fuck.
Jimmy, get it off the screen. Petro, you're speaking, are you? What are you speaking on today, brother?
Yeah, the power of experiments in business.
Oh,
very nice.
Yeah. What's the hypothesis and what's the result? What am I going to learn from you in 30 seconds? What am I going to learn?
Well, there's I guess one is there's more bullshit in business than there is anywhere else, and and experimentally derived information is the antidote to business bullshit.
Experimentally derived information. Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, and John, before you go though, if you do happen to happen onto a garage sale, yard sale, if you happen to find one of these, okay, just go ahead, just give him $100 for it. I'll give you $1,000 for it if you find one. Okay.
What is it?
It's Horace Wagner, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Hannes Wagner. Hannes Wagner. You might find these at a yard sale someday. You'll be lucky as hell to find one.
But it's a cart. What kind of a cart is it?
That's like a fucking gazillion dollar cart.
This is a reprint of a of a 1910 T206 Hannes Wagner, and a real one goes for $1,000. $1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. $ well over $1 million. But
Yes.
yeah, if you find a real one,
That's what you do to garage sales. You hunt for fucking dough.
Well, that can happen, Johnny, because he's right, Petro. Because John, for example, I got a box of cards. You walk around my house, you're like, this guy's a schmuck, but this guy's got cards. You look in the cards, all of a sudden I have a Honus Wagner there.
I don't think my entrepreneurial spirit would live with me if I was fucking, browsing fucking garage sales, looking for fucking way to get. It's like trying to find a fucking lottery ticket. No, dude, go create. You're a creator.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And
I'll keep my eye open, Petro. If I ever go to a garage sale, I'll keep my eye open for that.
In other words, Petro, Johnny, thanks for the tip, right?
It's business. It's business.
Oh, I love it. I love this segment. I got to get you guys out of here. Anderson, what are you doing today? What do you got going on this weekend, brother?
Let's see. We got filming right after this filming. Gym.
Yeah.
Rest in the afternoon because tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And I've got a fucking most of the day request for some expectancy work because it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we're going to a kind of a little private concert.
Yes.
So we've got a fun weekend ahead.
Good for you. Good for you. And Petro, you got your speaking engagement today. What do you got going on, pal?
Yeah, I got the talk, and then I don't know if you can see the beach back here. I'm going to try to get to that beach.
Oh, good for you. Yeah. Is the family with you too, or are you by yourself?
No, it's a work trip.
Okay. No, yeah. All right, pal, both of you guys, lots of love from me to you. Enjoy your weekend, boys. We'll see you guys in less than 48 hours or so. So be safe, Petro. Be safe, Anderson. We'll see you guys on Monday.
I love you guys.
All right, guys. You guys take care. All right, the guys are out of here. I love that segment with Petro. Fuck, makes me laugh, man. It's so funny. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. You are back with Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Your live morning show. We go live every single day here at 8 o'clock Eastern time on morningsinthelab.live. We've had a fun show here today. We just wrapped up with John Petrocelli, and I got a monologue coming up. Yes, I do. And it might be something you guys might want to hear, especially if you're a builder, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are somebody who is trying to do something that is perhaps unimaginable. And if you are an entrepreneur, you might sometimes go through the feelings of what it's like to be an entrepreneur and the burden of the builder.
You used to be the fun, yes. Then you became the builder. Now you're inconvenient. You cancel, you focus, you protect the machine. They don't call it pressure, they call it you changed. The loneliest part is the doubt. You wake up with weight, not motivation, weight. But belief doesn't need volume. Sometimes it's just stubborn. I don't have proof yet, but I know. Builders don't get believed. Builders get proven. You quitting or you entering proof season.
You guys enjoying the show this morning's in the lab.live. Come check in. Show your proof. Show you're awake. Show you're alive. Show us you are achieving your big, most audacious goals. Mornings in the lab.live. Click on the show your proof, check in, and you can upload a picture or create a picture and be part of the community here in the Mornings in the Lab community. Mornings in the lab.live. All right, so guys, I might get a little Taylor Swifty on you here. True story. This is where I tend to reveal myself and what's going on in my head. And man, this has been a week. This has been a week, to say the least. Let's get after it. So y'all, everybody, y'all think I'm strong. Yep, true story. You guys see me show up, you talk my talk, I run the show, and I keep it moving. I'll tell you guys right now, I can do it, and I love it. I do it every single day, right here, live. But what y'all don't see is what happens when it gets quiet. Because deep down, nation, deep down, this motherfucker's lonely. And not that I need the plans this weekend lonely, and not that I'm talking builder. And I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm not looking for empathy. No, I'm talking builder lonely. The kind of lonely where you're surrounded by people who love you, but yet you still feel like you're carrying something that no one else can hold. And you know that no one else can hold. And it messes with you because it's not just strangers. As a matter of fact, It's definitely not just strangers, because sometimes it's the person sleeping next to you. Like, imagine loving someone with your whole chest, but yet still feeling like they might not believe in you. And not because they're bad and not because they're cruel. That's not what we're saying at all. It's because they're looking at today, and what you're living in is a future that hasn't arrived yet. I live in that future. I can see around the future. And that gap, fuck, man. I'm telling you right now, that gap is brutal. Ask your kids to see the gap. Ask your wife to see the gap. They can't see it. Because I'm not out here building some cute little side project. This is not a fucking hobby. I'm building something that demands 100% of my attention, my energy, my patience, my obsession. And the cost of that obsession is I disappoint people daily. I disappoint them daily. I let them down daily. I know I do. And not because I don't care. Holy fuck. I care so damn much that I can't pretend. I say no constantly. I cancel plans. I miss things. I forget it's Valentine's Day because I'm half present sometimes even when I'm physically there. It's funny. We talked about Brian Leslie Miller earlier, right? Physical presence, emotional presence, because my brain is trying to keep the whole damn machine from falling apart. And people don't call it pressure. No, they call it, oh, you changed. Yeah, I was that guy who built it before, went through it before. True story. And maybe I did. Maybe I have changed. Because before I was just a guy. Yeah. People loved me when I was just that guy, when I was the fun guy, the social guy, the available guy, the guy who would count on you to say yes all the time, showing up to keep the light on, bring the energy. But the minute that you become the builder, the minute you go underwater, you become inconvenient. Now, you're not just a person. No. You become a disruption. You become a mirror. And people, you know it. You absolutely fucking know it. People hate mirrors. Oh, because they reveal our flaws. Oh, I don't like my fat gut. I don't like how I look. I got too much gray hair. We all hate the mirrors. So what do people do when we get in front of our mirror? We dismiss it. What do people do when you get in front of you? They dismiss you. I see it nonstop. People doing this. Oh yeah, you're building this. Doot, doot, doot. Yeah. But then they do it softly. With the, oh yeah, sounds cool. And then the dead eyes. And then the, oh yeah, just keep me posted. And that really means, usually from my experience, I've been around the block before. Yeah, they just don't take you seriously yet. Until you're inviting them out for the big dinners. And they do that with a polite distance. And it's wild. Because in my experience, people don't even have to say it. How do I know? Because I feel it. And then what happens is you feel yourself becoming a pariah. And not because you did anything wrong, not at all. It's because you stopped being safe. Because not if, when I'm right, when this works, then what does that say about the people who never even tried? What happens is they reduce you. They label you. They label you as that guy who's always building something. They treat your ambition like a phase. They dismiss your ambition. Billis, you're in your 50s. Why don't you fucking settle down and relax? Really? And they make your obsessing sound like a personality defect. And that, nation, is where the loneliness gets sharp. Because here's the part that I don't say out loud enough. There are late nights. There are many nights. This week has been a nonstop week of nights where I wonder if I'm insane. I wonder if I'm broken. And there are mornings where I wake up and the first thing I feel is weight. True motherfucking story. Not motivation, not gratitude, but weight. Because I know what's on me. I carry it. And I know what has to get done. And here's the fucking thing that nobody can see. And again, not asking for sympathy, not asking for empathy, not asking for permission. No one's coming to save me. My own self-belief, the undeniable self-belief is what will get me through this. The undeniable part, the worst part, honestly, in all this is sometimes I look at the person I do anything for, who I love to my soul. And I feel like they're watching me like I'm gambling with our life. Like I'm choosing this over them, and that hurts. It hurts in a way that I don't even have words or even a sentence for. Because those of you that hang out with me enough, you know that I am not here to chase applause. That is not the point of this. I'm chasing a future. I'm building a future. I'm building a future y'all can't see. I'm building a future. You're all going to say, hey, Billis, in a couple years from now, oh my goodness, celebrate. Yeah, y'all didn't fucking see me when I was down under the covers. I'm chasing the moment where all of this stress makes sense, where the late nights, the worrying makes sense, where the no becomes worth it, where the loneliness becomes the receipt. And listen, let me be clear once again. I'm not sharing any of this for pity. No, I don't got time for pity, and I don't want your sympathy. None of it. I'm saying it because if you're a builder, if you're an entrepreneur, and not one of the fucking entrepreneurs out there doing their entrepreneur shit. No. I'm talking about the real entrepreneurs putting in the work, taking the risk, moving the mountains, not the side hustle bullshit. I got all the respect for the side hustle bullshit, but for the entrepreneurs that are all in. Because loneliness isn't a side effect. It's part of the job. It's the tax you pay when you're trying to build something that people, they can't even see yet. But here's what keeps me going. My belief in myself, my own mirror, is unfucking deniable. It's what keeps me going. It's the one motherfucking thing that I have when nobody claps. And it's the one thing that I have when people doubt. And it's the one thing that I have when it feels like even my own home is questioning me. And some days, like today, when I share it with all of you, that belief, my belief, is loud. Other days, it's not so loud. You can't see it. You maybe sense it. Because that is just stubborn. It's me saying, I don't have proof yet. But I know, I unequivocally know that I know what I'm building and I know what it's to become. I know the version of this, of me, requires to get it done. So yeah, I see it nonstop. Every corner I walk around, the dismissal. People dismissing me. So yeah, true story. Sometimes the room does feel colder than it used to. And sometimes I am the bad guys because I'm not the man anymore. I'm not the social butterfly. I'm not the easy yes. No, I'm an artist. I'm the builder. And builders, think about it. Builders don't get believed. Builders get proven. So if you're watching this or if you're listening to this and you feel that loneliness, welcome. And if you feel misunderstood in your own house, if you feel that people treat you like a problem because you're not playing small over here, I'm here to tell you it gets easier. I'm here to tell you that it gets clear. I'm here to tell you that one day the thing that you're building is going to become real. How do I know? I've done it and I'm doing it again. And the loneliness will not disappear, but it finally will have a purpose. So the question I have for you is simple. Are you going to let loneliness convince you that you're wrong? Or are you going to let it confirm that you're early? Because being early feels exactly like being alone. And if you keep your belief alive in that quiet, I'm telling you right now, ears up, my friends. If you keep your belief alive in that quietness, in your loneliness, you are fucking dangerous. Because you're not broken. Because when I look in my own mirror, I tell myself this: I'm already built. And you know what?
You ever feel that quiet tension between the man you are and the man you know you could be? You're showing up. You're responsible. But something feels capped, like you're operating at 50%. Today, we're talking about the invisible beliefs and quiet masks that keep strong men from stepping fully into who they're meant to become.
Charlie, I was thinking about the plane yesterday, man. Thinking about the plane. That's when I know it's built. Yep. It's funny. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and he's like, so what's the exit? I said B. He's like, yeah? I go, oh, yeah. That's the exit. That's the plan. That's the purpose. The B. The billion. True story. That's what keeps it going. The plane. It's funny, man. I just want to get my dogs in the plane. That's it. Just want to get my dogs in the plane. Go pick up Charlie. Go pick up John. Go pick up Petro, go pick up Cheryl, go fly over Jimmy, and go have some fun. True story. That's all I want. I want to get that plane. Hey, the belief that keeps you playing small. Mark Waters over on YouTube shares, Jimmy's typing here right now. Mark Waters over on YouTube shares, I don't know, Jimmy. Jimmy, you got it on the right spot. I know I had an extra line there, but I thought that... I thought that was a really great space to end it. So, Jimmy, you did a great job, man. Mark says, what will my friends think if I show up online like I have something to say? That belief, not skill or opportunity, was just the bottleneck. Most men are not stuck because they lack strategy. No, my experience, most men are stuck because of an inherited story about who they're allowed to be. Think about it for a second. The fear of judgment from other men, the pressure to stay in your lane, the silent rule that says, hey, don't get too visible. And Mark's breakthrough came when he questioned the belief directly and realized it wasn't even his. And he realized that when he moved away, support and encouragement followed. So here's Mark's invitation to you. Identify the one belief that is capping your growth and ask, if I drop this, am I still me? And if the answer is yes, well, hey guys, you just found your next level. So ask yourself, what are your friends going to think if you show up online like you have something to say? Moving over to Substack, you guys, success without fragmentation. Phil Powis built a profitable business, but his body started breaking down. So what did he do? Well, autoimmune issues, tumor scare. The problem wasn't strategy, it was fragmentation. Many high-performing men split themselves into two. Work me, real me, the disciplined provider at the desk, the grounded, values-driven man at home. But that split costs energy, health, and congruence. So Phil had a suggestion. I think Brian can relate. Pause for 60 seconds and notice who just showed up. Are you tightening? Are you masking? Or are you performing? And are you aligned? Because business growth and personal growth are the same work. So if your nervous system is not on board, your body will eventually collect that debt. All right, let's get out of here, guys. I see Brian still in the green room. Jimmy, let's bring Brian up for a couple seconds to say goodbye. I see he was back there observing, listening. Brian Leslie Miller, I saw you back there listening to our conversation with Petro, and I saw you back there listening to my monologue. What kind of comments do you have, my brother?
I like what you're saying. I got some wisdom from what you're saying there. I think that I probably could have tailored what I was saying more to your audience. I think I just went the highest level, but hopefully it landed for some
Well, I
people.
think you were great, actually. I think you were great. I think that, so actually, with all respect, I would invite you to reconsider like that. I don't fully agree with that. I think you delivered it well. What I really I enjoyed it. I know Anderson did as well. I've been doing stuff that I know we both enjoyed it. What I do like though, when I got a guy like Petro on, so Petro was a guest like you a few months ago, and he just has a way of delivering. And he's a bullshit professor, and obviously as a science guy, he comes from science, he comes from evidence, right? So he teaches bullshit or not bullshit. His whole class is how to teach people about how to spot bullshit. That's what we do for 30 years. So I'm not suggesting he's spotting your bullshit. That's not all at all. It's just fascinating because you got a guy like yourself who's asking us to think provocatively, love it, right? Without evidence, fact.
But that's where I would stop you, and I would have stopped him. Like if I had the opportunity, I'd love for you to put us on talking to each other.
Yeah, we will in the future. I think we should 100%. Let's do that. Actually, yes, yeah.
Because you actually did have an experience when I had you close your eyes. That was your current direct experience, and I was just offering a different interpretation to what you were experiencing.
Yes,
and to what you normally call it.
So it's interesting because I'm with
that's evidence right there. That's your current direct experience.
Yeah. So here's what it was for me. I like to run a pro show, so I like to run on time. So we were running out of time. We were already over with you. We had Petra coming in, but dude, I'm with you. I would love to do a reconvene with all of us because I would love to hear Petra's response to, well, but Brian, there's no evidence there. But like, well, no, but my eyes are closed. There is evidence here. Right. So I would love to hear what he says, but there's no evidence, but there's evidence that I'm in this space.
And
right. So it's interesting, right? So there's I'm not.
And I can also take his science. His science is material science.
Yes.
He's talking about the physical world.
Yes.
Consciousness and being.
Yes.
You can't hold it in your hand, but it's more real than anything you ever knew.
Yeah. So don't misunderstand that your message didn't drop well. Please don't, and don't misunderstand that. I'm not saying. I feel
like it might be more beneficial if I bring it down just like one notch. I
don't know if I necessarily fully agree because I know Johnny's on that page and so am I.
I'm new to this, so I appreciate your feedback, Keith.
No, I think it's great. Actually, I think it's great. I think we come back. You, me, Anderson, Petro, and Leslie, and we have like a discussion around, is consciousness real? When I close my eyes, am I awake or am I dead? Because Petro's going to say, wow, there's no evidence to suggest we're alive. And you're going to go, well, no, we are. So I think it's a fascinating conversation, frankly.
Cool.
I like to have it. And then, So, exactly. So our community, Charlie is saying you did great, Brian. Trust me, your message landed. Trust me, 100%. And anytime we get a Richard Gere look-like on the show, we want to do that. You can't afford to get some
eyeballs.
Yeah, we can't afford the real one, so we'll get the leftover named Brian Leslie Miller. Dude, I saw you back in the green room, so I thought I'd bring you in for a quick hello to say goodbye and get your perspective. I saw you back there nodding during my monologue a little bit there, so
I wanted to have a full experience of it.
Awesome.
Glad I did.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it. So it's a spot for me on the show to offer what's going up on here. I'm a big believer in the morning conversation. You for your community, it's a great way to set the conversation for the day, right? To start the conversation. And in my experience as a leader, that's what your job is. So either you can follow it or you can set it. I enjoy setting it. So I set it every single morning for people to think about. And I had a monologue today for people to think about, which is what's going on in my world these days. And I know there's people going on. And every single day I try to find something that I can speak to my audience, can speak to my team. And it's just a great way to share, right? What's going on. And that's kind of the purpose of that. So, yeah.
Created some connection too.
That's it. Brian, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging around. I just want to say last thing. You have a choice. You choose to stick around, you choose to listen, you choose to contribute, and I'm really grateful for that. And I cannot mean that sincere enough. I'm really grateful that you chose to spend time, you chose to stick around, and I hope you'll choose to come back, and I hope you'll choose to listen in again sometimes.
Yeah, you're having good conversations.
Absolutely, that's what we're doing here. Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I want to introduce you to somebody in the comments right now. Her name is Cheryl Raphael Whitaker. She has a show on our network as well. It starts with Joy Live. She goes live every single day on Wednesdays at 8:30. She is a fucking superstar. You guys need to mate. you probably want to get on her show too. She's creating some really cool stuff, man. So you can connect with her on LinkedIn. Cheryl, go connect with Brian. Brian, you guys connect with Cheryl. And I like to say this, Brian, whoever is a friend of the show is now an alumni of the show. So you're one of us now, pal. Whether you like it or not, motherfucker, you're one of us.
I like it. I like it. I get to swear. I get to say motherfucker.
That's it. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Kai, we'll look at the calendar in the coming weeks. Petro does Friday shows with us, so we'll look for something on a Friday, and then let's bring you back in a few weeks from now when the time settles down a little bit, and we'll get you back on the stage for an Anderson Billis, Leslie Miller, John Petrocelli discussion around consciousness.
I think it's a great topic.
Yes. I appreciate you, man. Lots of love from me to you, okay?
Likewise.
Take care, pal. All right. All right, guys. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that we got him back in there, Jimmy. That's fantastic, man. That's I love when the guests just stick around. And how I interpret that is that when they stick around, there's an interest and there's a level of curiosity that's like, hey, I like what's happening here. So I'm a big fan of that. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. I thought the show was great too. Yeah, it was great. And Lauren, I agree. I thought Brian was great. You know what it is? It's just provocative. It's provocative, and it gets you thinking outside of how we normally think. And I got to be frank. It's like, close your eyes. Are you in a space? I'm like, yeah. And it makes you wonder, well, fuck, man, when we die, we close our eyes. And so again, back to giving comfort, right? So when I die, do I close my eyes? Am I see my mom and dad? Whether I'm at the gate or whether I'm running past the gate or whether I'm running with the angels, it's interesting things to talk about. And regardless of what your beliefs are, this is not about what God you believe or even if you believe in a God. It's just some great conversation around consciousness and life and purpose and so forth. So what a good show. I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. Charlie, good time. All right. So looks like we got a little bit of an outro to do here that if I don't do it, I'm going to get shat from the team. So I'm going to make some sound effects that go like this. There it is. Guys, this is a wrap. What a wrapping up of the week. It's funny. So all you guys, so I like to share behind the scenes. Friday is the day the whole team rushes towards. It's like, okay, we're on Friday. Woo! Because for 2 days, nobody's scrambling for the next 22 hours. It is funny because it's really one of those, we work towards Friday. How's that, Kai? Is that a little better? Awesome. Thank you for that. Mike Sullivan, I appreciate you, man. I have to revisit this, but it's fascinating. It seems like the talks of Alan Watts. That's awesome. Yeah, Kai, you know what, Kai, what's great is that you keep me on the tune with the music because it's loud in my ears, but I don't know how loud it is out there. So you can coach me on that. That's fantastic. Guys, thanks for choosing to spend your morning with us. Thanks for spending the week with us. On behalf of myself, Kai, Jimmy, Melissa, we appreciate all of you guys. If you've been lurking, you got to hit that like button, please. If you hit that subscribe button, thank you. And come back next week for more awesome conversations. I'm telling you, today, Brian Leslie Miller came back. He was in the lab, to talk about the gap between living in your head. You guys notice Melissa wasn't here? Well, she was out cheating on us, hanging out with her Valentine. Well-deserved rest from Melissa. We got into emotional avoidance, achievement as armor, and the practical work required to move from intellectual understanding to embodied change. We had a little bit of a conversation with Petro today on what happened when we got into our 40s. What happened in John's world, what happened in Petro's world. Morning focus, we tightened the lens even more. I talked about the loneliness that often accompanies the journey of being a builder or of being a creator. Contrasting the external perception of strength, capability with the internal struggle of feeling isolated, even when surrounded by the people that love you the most. Guys, we also got into the big decision they made this morning to launch a spaceship. Can you imagine making that decision? Smart underwear suggesting healthy adults fart 32 times, not 15. Yes. True. Apparently true. And Anderson said, don't wear white underwear either. We're going to be back on Monday. Matthew Lancor is joining us. He walked away from a 6-figure engineering career to brew some kombucha in his mom's kitchen. Why? Well, for gut health, for athletic performance, and for long-term resilience. We're going to talk about the connection between your microbiome, your energy, and how you show up physically and mentally. And until then, guys, do not hit the snooze button. Be accountable, be present. And I got one more invitation for you. Come check it out. Mornings in the lab.live. Come see us. morningsinthelab.live. The conversation continues over there. Morningsinthelab.live. Come show your proof. Come answer the question of the day. Come check out the poll of the day. And come say hello. So check out morningsinthelab.live. We got the daily poll up there. We got the daily question up there. And the only way it works if you guys contribute to it. So Whitaker, Sullivan, good time. I expect you guys to see you guys contributing to that as well. All right, guys. We'll see you guys in less than 48 hours. It's actually 44. Have a good weekend, Have a good weekend, nation. We'll see you guys in 44. Boom.